Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Y'all are doing great. I am. I can say I'm happy it's Friday because, Lord, this week has been very, 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 very busy for me. Intense. All the things. So I used some new watercolors. I got some. I know I told y'all back in a couple of whatever. That Matt Hobby, look, Hooby Looby, if you've been on Instagram and seen a little boy. He don't say Hobby Lobby. He say Hooby Looby. Hooby Looby smell good. But Hooby Looby, which Master's Touch is Hooby Looby's brand. And they have partnered with Sennelier, which is not like it's not like Sennelier paint. I can say that. It is not. Because I have some Sennelier and it's just maybe a step down a little bit. It's not, but it's not Sennelier high top. But these are only $4.99. These are a good start for somebody who's starting out. If you like tubes, if you've done the pans and and you want to do tubes. So I got these. These are my four colors that I got. Excuse me, I'm gonna start with those. Hey Cookie, Ava Lee. Hi Karen Storms. Emptied the pool about 3 hours ago. Aw, one is on their balconies. Just watched the couple getting married. Nice. They finished before another pass of lightning. It's a huge. Oh man, I tell you, I knew that daggone weather. I was praying it stayed away. It's that time of year. We had the man to come yesterday about the roof. Just like, look, long as they pay for it, we'll be okay. Just take care of it. Hi, Alicia and Rosemary. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. So as you can see, I got a lot on my desk. I have a lot literally on my desktop. I got watercolor over there. I got gesso right there. I have stamps over there. I have a lot. So I've been doing some things. I've been playing with texture and watercolors, my stamps. I'm just gonna flip it all over. We'll put that in there. Let's just pause a little bit. Let's pause a little bit. Willow. Oh, I like that name. Willow. One of my fur babies is named Willow. She is something else. Welcome, Willow. Is this your first time to Create Joy Studio? Over here where we slap paint on paper to heal one brush stroke at a time. But yeah, it's Friday. So happy Friday. Happy Friday. Um, Evelise said we are having fun anyway. Brought games. Y'all sound like the idea family. That sounds fun, Evelyn. Sounds very, very, very fun. How old are your grandkids? Tell me how old your grandkids is. It's your first time here. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is World Watercolor Month, and it's day 24. So for everybody that's coming in, chiming in, do hit that thumbs up button. Give us a like, because that lets everybody know we're here. Because I'm usually here only on Mondays and Wednesdays. So YouTube is doing good. I can say I've gotten a lot of people from YouTube recommending the channel for the month because it's World Watercolor Month 2026. It says Butterfly Joy on there. I think the butterflies you're gonna get is on the desk. I'm not sure. Hey, Saul. How's the weather in NYC? But today is 24 of World Watercolor Month, and I am super duper happy that y'all are here with me another day. And you could have been anywhere, but you hit the button to come and join me. So thank you. Whether you're going to be painting, journaling, because it's Friday. I'm not going to give y'all too much, but you might journal something that I say. I don't know. I'm not sipping on coffee because it was a little warm and I just came in from the fur babies. So I got me a Bloom sparkling energy drink that's nice and cold. But if you have your coffee or you're working with, another medium, maybe watercolor isn't your thing, no worries. Just welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper so that we can heal one brush stroke at a time. Hey, Paula K. Zal, what's up? Zal, I was over there with Casey this morning, but something happened and I thought it was my internet. So I went on out and ran some errands but I'll be there Sunday though. I will be there Sunday. Let's see. Perfect in the humid free 80s? Oh. Oh, Avery, those are perfect age, 12 and 10. I have so my oldest grandson is 17. The next one is, she is, let's see, he's 17, so she is 15, 16, yes, 15. And I think it's 14. I got three of them. I think that's 14. Lord, it's a lot of them. It's 14 of them. Don't expect me to remember all the ages. I know all their names though, and I know all their birthdays. Sure do. But their ages, it just seems like yesterday they were 7, 8, 9. That's what it is. And then we have, let's see, Maya, not Maya, JC, Jamal, Azaya were all born. I got three in 1 year. Like they were coming threes. I was just like, oh my goodness. But anyways, I am just happy, happy, happy. But yeah, so let me know in the chat if you are creating, if you're going to be doing some things, because I'm going to be all over the place today. But everything I'm going to be doing today is going to center around watercolor, because you know watercolor is my jam. Watercolor saved my whole sanity. So this is my month. This is why I show up every day for World Watercolor Month, because watercolor, if you're new here, is the thing that's the medium that saved my sanity when after the loss of my son. Zal said it wasn't your internet. He had to call Spectre. Oh, gotcha. Okay, okay. I thought it was my country internet. Y'all know I blame everything on my country internet. When things don't work, I figure it's my country internet. So today we are not trying to create something perfect. This is why I'm saying where I'm going today, it's going to be all over the place. Not trying to create anything perfect. I want to create from where I am right now. Because you know this week has been a little rough. So I want to allow us to move with the water. So we're just gonna allow the water to move wherever it want to go, blend whatever, however it want to be, do. I've already created some paper, some pages, done some things to them. We're gonna talk about it in a minute. But while you're here, sit back, take a deep breath, relax, put your feet up or put your book up, put your book on the table, slap some paint, let's get ready. Give yourself permission to enjoy today, right now. Okay? Because you made it through the week, guys. You kept going. Avery made it to the beach. Even though it's raining, she's still enjoying it. So that's what we're going to do. You kept going. You're still learning. You all know what I say. You're still learning. You're still breathing. You're still creating. You're still here. And we're still discovering new reasons to smile. Okay. Hello, Michelle. Zal say has to call. I don't think he calls Spectrum. Oh, wondering if they send out a technician. Yeah, we're gonna need that fixed before Sunday because Darcy, listen, I'm a fangirl over here when it comes to Darcy and Carrie together. Babe, I'm just a little fangirl over here and is, in there with my Paula K. I got people I fan over. I do. I'm still a fangirl. Hi, Lisa Sullivan. Welcome to Create Joy Studio. Listen, I'm a fangirl. I'm a fangirl of Cookie. I don't think she know it, but every time Cookie show up on my live, I be like, ooh, and she mod my live. Do you gotta go potty? What are you doing? Do you need to go out? Blake always wait. Blake, like, listen, we don't do lives every day. I don't know what the problem, and you don't never show up at the same time. So yeah, I gotta go potty. He at the door. Do you gotta go potty? Yes? Okay, let me let Blake out, y'all. Okay, and when you finish, you come back to this door, okay? Don't go to the front door. He ran right on out there and go tinkle. Hopefully he'll tinkle and come right back. And he not coming out. He'll figure it out. He's just looking like, you coming? No, I'm not coming. He been eating watermelon. So it kind of makes him have to go. Isn't his desk beautiful? These are So I was inspired by P over at PMR Studio the other day. I think it was Tuesday or whatever day she was using oxides, or we were talking about oxides or something like that. So I kind of pulled oxides out and I was using oxides on my gel plate. So I did do that. Look at that. I did do that. I put down yellow and put that. Then I stamped all of this on top of it. Then I pulled it with a very, where's the thing? I can't tell you what it is. I pulled it with these pearlescents. Remember these? These are very, very transparent, clear. So I pulled it. So that came out very, 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 very fine. I really did like, and it's got a little shimmer on it. So stamping on the, if you're over at PM Artist Studio, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Michelle say, I just got home from the dizziness clinic. I'm going to take a bubble bath while oh Lord, all right, all right. Listen, relax. Make sure you take a lot of water in there. Make sure you take a lot of water, Michelle. I don't. Oh, goodness. Oh, listen, listen. Okay. If you're new to the channel, listen. You don't have to worry about hitting that subscribe button yet. Don't worry about it. Just hang out with me for a while. I'm going to be here for a little bit. Decide if you like me. Decide if you like the chat. Because most of us are usually here Mondays and Wednesdays, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that way, if you decide, I don't like nothing she did, you don't have to unsubscribe. And that way you don't mess up the algorithm. So just sit down, rest a little while, hang out, you know. I personally, I choose to live my life awake and aware of everything that's going on around me. So therefore, I live life out loud and on purpose, very authentic. Try not to be too perfect, right? Try not to make too perfect. I don't want the stream to be too perfect, too organized. The only thing is, I show up, I push the live button, and we're going to create joy and have fun. So I will not let anything that has happened this past week decide anything about what's going to happen today or in the future. And I want you guys to do the same thing. So do not allow past to make current decisions for tomorrow, right? I want you to honor where you've been in your life. All this week, yesterday, a couple hours a day, like Michelle finna go take a bubble bath. That's what I'm saying. Just refuse to remain trapped in whatever was. Come on in, sit down, rest a little bit. Over here at Create Joy Studio, I trust God with all parts of my journey. I do not understand everything that goes on in my life every single day, but I do trust myself to take the next honest step. And I invite you to do the same thing. I choose peace over unnecessary conflict in my life. I've been doing that for a mighty, mighty long time. The last couple of years, I choose peace, which means we're going to create beautifulness. We're going to slap paint on paper. We're going to probably do something with these. I don't know. I'm going to gesso some things. I choose integrity over the approval of other people or whatever. I choose to have courage so that therefore I can have peace. Very important to me. I choose joy. You know what? Not because every day is going to be easy in my life, but because my life is still worthy of being lived fully and out loud. I choose joy because I know what it's like to not have it. So I want you to listen to your heart. I'm going to listen to my own heart. And then I want you to just allow yourself to relax. It's Friday. Remember, hopefully you set those boundaries. And if you've had to put some fire on the gate, do it without feeling guilty. Don't worry about it. If you had to put some fire on the gate, do it without feeling guilty. Okay. I want you to take responsibility for your decisions of putting up boundaries. Take full responsibility for your healing, because I do. I take full responsibility for every attitude that I have. I take responsibility for every decision that I make in my life that maybe wasn't the best, wasn't the greatest, right? Because what? I am my life. But I do, every day I wake up, I'm still breathing, I'm still creating, and I get a chance to, try it again. So I'm not waiting for the rescue committee to come and say, hey, girl, I got you. I'm going to rescue you. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to help you do this, that, and the third. Nope. I don't wait on perfect days. We're going to slap paint on paper, whether it's a good day, bad day, whether somebody like it or whether somebody don't. I'm going to always show up as who? Me. Why? Because I'm the only me that I can be. Because where I go, there I am. When I come, here I am. So my life is not defined only by what has happened to me. My life is also defined by the decisions that I'm going to make today. Okay. So that's my little, I wrote down a little manifesto kind of thing. And I was just like, I think I need to do something because I need to live with intention and remind myself that every day I'm seeking to have peace, joy, and I need to love on myself and I need to give myself grace. Right. Okay. So today is Friday. And if you just got paid, that's even better if it's Friday and you got paid. They say, what, it's Friday night? Just got paid. Something, something, something. Hi, Marina. Hey, Ivy Pearl. Hello, hello, hello. And for everybody that might be, hey, Bernadette. Did I say hey? Can't remember if I did. Look, Michelle, do we need to set a timer so you don't go prune like and wrinkly? Ooh, that's the best time. When you get your hands and it got all the dents in it. That's what what's his name? What's that little Dennis the Menace say? I'm not wrinkled yet. Gotta stay in there until you get wrinkled. Then you put on a good movie, because me, I put a good movie on. My iPad goes in with me. I have this little thing that goes across my tub. So it has my iPad, has a candle, has my water, my loofah, everything that I need. Oh my goodness. And I usually stay in there for about an hour. Starts out nice and hot. Then you have a nice aromatherapy candle. Whew. See, that's relaxing me right now. So, yes, come on in, relax, take a seat, take a load off, pull out your paints. I am going to do this one is still wet, but isn't that cute? Y'all, I did my Twinchies. I did put my Twinchies. I told you I was going to put them on the card. I got Twinchie cards. Like, we couldn't send this in the mail. You can't get Twinchie mail. So I'd have to send it in something else. But I did it. I'm very proud of me. I ain't did nothing else with them. They're still over here, but I did it. That that's progress. I did it. So all of these are stamped with not emboss. What's that stuff called? Oxide inks. So they're all with stock, but stamped with oxide inks. This will have a little bit of watercolor in it. And I sprayed it and put some watercolor in it. So that's what I'm kind of going to do with the rest of these today. I'm going to take the ones that are white, and then we're going to play around with some drywall tape. LOL, I wish I could paint in a bathtub. You could. Trust me. You could. But don't let me threaten you with a good time. Then this one, I stamped on that one with regular archival ink. So when I went over it, it didn't have to worry about it. What are oxides? Oxides are Tim Holtz. Let's see, these are inks. Did I put them all back up? Oh, I'm such a good girl. I put them all back up. Hold on, I'll show you. These are oxides, and I have a Coke bottle crate full of them. So it was time when P was mentioning them and they were talking about something. I can't remember what was said, but these are distress oxides. These are just three colors that I just picked up. I got about 50 over there. Actually, let's see. I got about 25, 30, I think. Um, but yeah. Oh yeah, they would be. Now these would be like you could use these and be in I'll leave that in the chat. We won't talk I won't talk about it. But yeah, what Cookie said. That would be great. Hooray for Friday. So how many people live for Fridays? I live for Mondays. I'm just saying, I live for Mondays. Okay, I think Blake came back. Hold on. And if you don't know, if you're new here, Blake is one of the Roddies. Got that chase. He'll realize he's so used to going out my studio door and then he goes around to the front and I hear him, but I'm not finna go in the house. So he'll get the to come back to the back door. It'll be fine. So I was playing with gesso today, and I wanted to know about Master's Touch. I told y'all I got this Master's Touch, which now Master's Touch is now is Hobby Lobby's Hooby Looby, if you know, you know, by Sennelier. And so I wanted to know how this Master's Touch by Sennelier acrylic gesso, um, how it worked based on some other acrylic gessos I got. Now I really like this one. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna show you why. Really, let's move all this stuff aside. We're gonna do. Y'all know the closest store to me, Hobby Lobby, is not a art store, but it's the closest. I have to drive 2 hours to go to Blick, so usually I have to order it. There's an art store. Either way, I have to drive, so it's either Hobby Lobby, Hooby Looby, or Michael's. So this right here is why I like it. And for me, I'm using it for texture and things. Okay, I think you're back now. I hear the door. On the porch. The gate, oh, the gate's open, so he might jump up on it. He might. Okay, we're gonna see. He's a puppy. He's still learning. Okay, so this is why I like it. Look how creamy that is. It's so creamy. It's not thick like some of the other ones I have, but I'm going to do some things. So we're going to, well, since I got the distress oxides right there, we'll eventually use them. But this is what I wanted to do. And I would suggest putting some in a little dish so you don't, you don't mess it up, and got to keep it open. Cookie, drop your channel. Cookie don't have a channel. I have Tim Ho's Distress Oxide inks. I think that's what she means. Yeah. Yes. Just like if, oh wait, okay, Zalsa, you just put the Twinchies in a regular envelope. You can fold around. Oh, okay. Okay, problem with them possibly going through. Yeah, I know. I couldn't see them going through. And they get lost. So we'll add some Twinchies to some mail. Maybe when I send Adrian the stuff that I'm creating for her, I'll add some Twinchies in there. So this is regular paper, regular paper. And because I was playing around today, because I was in here playing around, I like to play around. Oh, there you go. I see him now. Okay. That's a good puppy. Good puppy. That's a good boy. It's hot out there. You so hot. Go sit down so you can cool off. Okay, go sit down. I hope you went and got some water. It is hot. It is 95 degrees here. I knew he wasn't going to stay out there long. He's going over there to sit under where the air condition comes out. Okay, so what I was doing, what I want to do today was show you what I did earlier. I'll show you the after effect after. But I took that gesso that I just showed you that I love, and I just kind of slapped it down because gesso is a primer, right? And this brush isn't going to do rail because it was wet. It's okay. But I wanted to use this paper to make cards to watercolor my flowers on. Why? Because yesterday I made all those cards for our time together yesterday. And I was just like, well, just let's do this. Cause why? Cause I can. It's something different. Blake Burnett says hello. He getting ready to snore. He right behind my chair. And y'all know what? I didn't ask my chair if it was okay if I sat in it today, so I'm trusting the process. Remember yesterday, we're trusting the process. If you don't like it, then don't worry about it. You don't have to do it, but trust the process. Maybe it might be something that might be fun. You never know. All right, so we're going to do that one. Don't do all of them so that way they can go in and dry. You just slap it on. Just slap it on. Slap it on. Shellac it on. And I'm making it kind of thin. I'm not putting it on very thick. As you can see, just a layer. So even if it comes through, right, it's basically the barrier. You're giving it so I can use this paper because I like this paper. Boom. I think I have mailed a card inside of 5x7 albums to figure out ways to mail system and pricing when and where I can. Paul K is back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, Paul K. You see Distress Oxides. They'll be coming out Sunday too. Sure will. Let's you know what? I'm not gonna even make a border. I'm just gonna go and put it down. That's enough for this one. So what does anybody have anything special for the weekend? Chat to me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I don't have anything um wonderful and fabulous, to talk about. Y'all know I usually have my little spiel, but I say, well, it's Friday. Let's kind of freestyle a little bit. My journal was not empty, but it was just full of trust the process, Karen. Trust the process. And I was just like, well, darn. Okay, we'll trust the process. Because y'all know this whole week, that's all I've been telling myself is trust the process. You sit in a chair without asking the chair, are you going to hold me? So don't ask the rest of the week, are you going to be here for me? Just trust. Just trust the process. And here it is Friday. This evening, we will be going to dinner with some other couples. It was supposed to be my girls and I, and then next thing I know, the chat was full of about 10, 15 people. I was just like, well, whew, gotta tell Mr. McCoy then, because he's gonna be coming hot from work. So he said he'll rush on home. I'll make sure when I get finished with the live, I have the dog squared away and be ready. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's enough. We'll just do 4. See, I got all that left, but we're gonna use it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna use it. You driving back home on Sunday? Okay, Karen, glad to hear you create on bad days too. If I don't feel good, yeah, nothing gets done. I would change that moving forward. Yes, trust the process. Walk through it. Walk through it. Um, and then the other thing, here's the other thing, Michelle. This week, this month, I really couldn't have anything to really go bad. I didn't need it to, but it did. And so I had to trust the process because I still had to show up. I still had to push the live because why? It's World Watercolor Month and I'm going to be here every day. That's how I came across my motivational drivers and realized that creating is the thing that helps me to kind of get out of a funk when I'm in a funky mood. So trusting the process isn't believing that every day was going to be easy for me, right? It's believing that every day has value and I needed to find out what does that value look like for me. So I had to trust every step that I have been talking to y'all about. I had to trust it for myself every season. Remember, it's not always going to be great and wonderful. Every choice isn't going to be peaceful. Sometimes you're going to walk through some poop before you walk into the joy. So yeah, I've learned, and that happened in 2024. I learned it's over here creating and doing all this fun stuff just made me have fun. Look at this. So this is my kind of my cheat sheet. This is my cheat little log. Let's say it that way. This came in with my stamps that Becky sent me with PMR Studio. So this was what it looked like. Y'all know if you've gotten anything from PMR Studio, you know that little piece right there, right? So so this is a mixed media piece. So it's stenciled on, it's stamped on. I put some texture on it, got texture on, it has gesso on it. It has distress oxide on it, has watercolor on it. And then that's what gave me the idea of taking regular paper and painting some flowers. This, I did my flower, stamped it, and I kind of went over it with the micron pen. And so, and I'm not going to cut it up, or I could cut it. I could just cut it in half, have a flower over here and a flower over here. So it worked out. And the green that's in the background, it's the distress oxide, not this color, but distress oxide. So I could go over this again if I want to. I could, or I could put a stencil. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Well, we got that stencil there. Would that mess it up? I don't think it would, but we won't do that yet. We got to do something with our watercolors. So I already had one that was already ready, primed and ready. Let's put this in some water so it doesn't get. And when you're using the gesso, don't use your good brushes. Don't use your good watercolor brushes because the gesso, it's toothy, so it'll pull the watercolors. All right, now I'm gonna pull these out, and they're gonna get a little contaminated by what's already on my beautiful plate. This is what I'm gonna do because I don't want them to. Just gonna kind of clean this off because I want it to be for the Sennelier. It's very pretty. We're going to use that for something else. We're not going to throw it away. So let's pull out a little bit and put, this one is Venetian red because I like doing roses. Just a little bit. That's an interesting red. So the first time I got these, I pulled out my Sennelier and I tried to get the same colors, and they're pretty solid. Let me put it that way. They're pretty solid. And I didn't think Sennelier would put their name on anything that was going to be less than, good. I don't know. All right, we got that one in green. We're going to put this one up here. And this blue, this is sap green. That one was primary yellow, sap green, and this one is Prussian blue. All my faves. Now we're probably going to mix these two together to get my good green. Y'all know. Prussian and sap green makes my good green. All right. And the other thing about these, when you go to Hooby Looby and get these, they're priced at $4.99, right? And so when they have Master's Touch brand on sale, you get 40% off of that $4.99. That's why I was saying if watercoloring isn't something that you like done and you're just like, yeah, I might try it. And you want to try tubes, because I like tubes. Tubes last. It's a good way to start. It's not, not me pushing it, but just saying. Just saying. All right, let's wet this over here so you can see. Very pigmented. Let's drag that. Very pigmented. There you go. Take that. All right, so this one is already prepped with the gesso, the acrylic gesso. And I'm going to go in and put my beautiful flowers. We're going to continue with our rose journey. Rose journey has been doing us well. So tomorrow I'll be with Bitty Penny in the morning on her channel. We'll be slapping paint on paper. Look at that. Do you see that? Look at that. Watch me do this. Watch that work. How smooth that is. I mean, the gesso is already a place like a primer to prime the paper. So there is a difference. I'm gonna make this go all the way out there. You can see how that sucked it up. See how that sucks it up? But see how this sits on the paper? Yes, very beautiful. So yeah, tomorrow it'll be 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all, I'm gonna have all kinds. I'm gonna have a coffee pot right here in the studio. I'll be up at 8, but functioning, having a conversation in the studio, I don't be. But I'll do it for Bitty Penny. I'm still fangirling over Bitty Penny too. She don't think so. I'm just like, man, these people that you've watched like when I started going down the YouTube journey, or just hanging out on YouTube. I used to go over to mindless crafting, and I remember they were talking about Betty Penny had her her paper packs were coming out. And when they showed the paper packs, I was just like, oh, cool. And mindless crafting with Bill and Tracy, they are card makers. And so I was like, I don't make cards, but those are pretty. So, and after watching Bill and Tracy, I tried my hand because y'all know I had everything that Gina K said I needed. So I was like, okay, well, let's try it. So I did do that. And so that's how I ended up following and, following along and, following Bitty Penny and then would be on her lives because she'd be up early in the morning doing lives. And so here we are. And I think, well, last year in 2025, I was on her channel in 2025. I think, yeah, it was last year. So it's just, it's different. And so I always want to stay humble on my journey, on my creative journey, to know that I'm just a girl that likes to pick up a paintbrush and slap the paint on the paper because I was trying to find a way to heal. And every stroke that I was taking, I was just like, oh, that's pretty. And I was not focusing on my tears anymore. I was now focusing on how to make beautiful flowers, right? And so everybody that I watched as I was on that journey made me in different ways. Like Bitty Penny and Libby, which is Happy Place Crafting, how she was on with Bitty Penny and they were talking and doing stuff, and I was just like, oh my goodness, because card making was always a thing that I wasn't a Gina K. I definitely did my comparison. And I was just like, I couldn't get it right. I don't care what I did. I just couldn't get it right. Right. So you can call me can't get right. And so I took all that stuff and kind of just threw it in a drawer. And I didn't open it back up until literally we moved here to move from Colorado to here in Alabama. And then I was just like, watch Libby, which is Happy Place Crafting. I watched her on Bitty Penny one Saturday, and the way Libby was just slapping the cards and stuff together, I was just like, wait a minute, now I can do that, and that is very beautiful. But because I had been watching Gina K for so long and trying to perfect card making, y'all know Gina K with them daggum things, them cards. I had canceled myself out. I had canceled myself out. I was just like, I can never be a card maker. Okay, I'm happy with this slapping this paint on this paper. Well, you move forward and you start following other people from other channels. And then the permission came in to be like, who says you gotta do a card like this or that or whatever? I wouldn't have did this kind of card back in the day. I wouldn't have. But now this is my artwork. So if I send this out to somebody, this is more important to me now than it was before getting the what's the thing, the Sizzix, the Big Shot, and all of the, oh my goodness, all those little things that you have, um all those things you have to what do you call it, to cut. It was just too much. It was too much. So watching Libby on Happy Place Crafting create cards, and then watch Bitty Penny create cards. Like I wouldn't have did this card. Remember the cards we did yesterday? These are the ones. I wouldn't have never done this. But because I've seen Bitty Penny do it, and I've received these cards, I have them right back there. And it's like everybody does things differently, and it's beautiful. So you have to give yourself permission to trust the process. If you're navigating through life's issues and whatever is going on, it's different. Not every problem will disappear. However, how you show up today to confront that problem, that is what matters. So I'm inviting you to reside in your life for whatever way you need to do it. No, I'm not Gina K, but I got a Paula K now. And Paula K definitely has released me to be like, no, you don't have to do it that way. Hey, do this or hey, do that, right? Because it means that you're living your life intentionally and you're living your life authentically and you're not trying to be like somebody else. You are living intentionally. And intentional living, listen, making decisions, you don't have to go back and look at their videos. You get to make a decision, be like, okay, that's enough paint on here. Let's leave that alone. And I'm gonna put this over here and let this dry, right? You get to choose. You get to choose. And at the same time, you're finding your peace. You're finding what makes you happy. At least that's what it was for me. And I'm just so grateful. So, so, so grateful. When I tell you I'm so grateful that I just learned how to create joy on my own terms, be intentional with living my life has made me happy. And just because they say there's a rule, I learned the rule. And most of the time, I'm usually breaking the rule because trying to follow rules stresses me out sometimes. Like, let's see. Oh, I could pull this up now, but why not? It's got texture on it. Dina Wakley is another one that, released me. Christy Rice, all the people that just like, hey, there's all right. You want it abstract, you want it like you want the power of threes, or you don't. It doesn't matter. What do you want? You have to ask yourself the question. Answer the question, right? And do it without guilt, be feeling guilty because somebody else said you're not supposed to do it. Well, that may be what they don't do. That don't mean you gotta do it, right? That's just and hold on. That's just me over here at Create Joy Studio. I don't have time to follow all the rules. Darcy released me with gel printing, but she's like, well, ain't nobody got time to wait on it to dry. What the world she did that for? Because majority of the time, I am not letting gel. Oh my goodness. Do I have anything on gel print? I do have something on gel plate. That's the only way it's going to dry for a couple of days. Other than that, I'm going to put it down, give it a couple of minutes, and pull it right on back up because it's for my joy. And then most of the time, when I make a mistake or compare it to what other people call a mistake, then it makes me learn something. And usually it's a better way to break the rule. And then I get to take my artwork and turn it into some beautiful art journals. Because y'all know I got those art journals and all those beautiful pages. I've just turned them into little art books that now you can get them and you can get you one, buy you one, and then you add your own artwork to it. Because it's either turned out beautiful or it didn't. But you won't know until you just do it, right? Doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means somebody else didn't do it that way. And I'm usually over here trying to find something that makes me happy. And if slapping paint down whatever kind of way makes me happy, then that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm over perfection. I used to need to keep my hands clean, all the things. Now, no more. So I'm just giving you permission to live intentionally. I'm just trying to give you permission to be happy, right? That's all. And it's Friday. That's what we need to do. Okay, getting in the bubble bath. Okay, all right. We will not say anything that requires you to chat, Michelle. Once you learn the rules, you know how to bend or break them, right, Paula? Da, 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 da. Lady Devil Dog, ain't seen you in a while. I whip out my hair dryer faster than you can say boo. Oh, that's one thing I hear. Wait, you whip out the hair dryer and do what with it? You do it on a gel plate? I bought multiple gel plates, so that gives it at least time for me to get something else. It gives me time to put something on another one, but I don't got time to wait for it to dry. I don't. And I'm happy. I'm happy about it. Cause slapping paint on paper or slapping paint on the gel plate, that was just a newfound joy for me. Just like, wait a minute. OM freaking G. And then we get to put stencils on there. And now I got my stamps and Cha, who finna sit up here and wait on paint to dry? Some days. Now, sometimes we get a beautiful print that's on there. I will wait, but I will wait till about right about the end of the live. And then whatever we leave on there, we leave on there. Look at that. Blake's so hot he can't get still. That's why I didn't want him to be wanting him to go out there and run around. It's just too hot. You know, the dogs get overheated. And so he's a puppy, so he's what, about, what is he, 5, 6 months old? So we don't need him getting overheated. I took the dogs out before the live and took them out there, let them tinkle and do their business, and made them go right on back in the doghouse. Because last year we had Simon. Simon got overheated and had heat spots, and he had to get all his hair cut off from his neck down to the middle ways of his back. So just like, no, yes, they want to run around, but you got to tell them, you got to be the parent. Yes, on the cool setting. Wait a minute. Oh, got you. Okay, you done listen, you done went. Okay, you got it. I'm with you now. I thought the picture looked the same. That's why I looked at it the first time. I was like, wait a minute, that's got USMC on it. And then I looked back up and I was like, well, it's like, okay, that is. All right, got it. I'm caught up. I'm there now. Oh, yes. But that's why here's the other thing too, guys. It's World Watercolor Month. I'm gonna pull out butterflies. I might paint one. I don't know. I don't know. But here's the thing. There are so many YouTube channels. I want you to live your life on purpose and intentionally for you. And then when you find the people that, kind of mesh with you, then that's where you hang out. And then I mean, they're not going to always do something that you like, right? But don't just exist in a place where you're not learning and growing. Like P said something, I think it was yesterday on the channel. Like she liked to go and watch other people that's going to, inspire her to grow and do something else. And I agree. I like that. I like that idea. But because I'm so new to a lot of things, I like to see how people do stuff. I like to see how people take one rule and interpret it differently. Like I look at Dina Wakley all day, every day, because I love the way she creates. And then having seen her in person really just sit up there and take a project and go from a blank piece of paper, right? And then turn it into something like go from where's a blank piece of paper? Go from this to this. It's just amazed me. And to slap the paint on the paper the way she, the way she did it when I, started following her, I was just like, oh my God, that is just so freeing. And that's what I wanted. So anybody that's going to kind of keep me in a box, I don't want to watch. Or if anybody going to tell me that, the way that, hey, that's wrong, you shouldn't do it that way, I'm probably not going to watch too long. Not because it's a grieving process for me. So the way I do stuff is just a little different. You know what I mean? Just a little different. I'm trying to get my joy back. I'm not over here trying to be the world, the next, create the next Monet or be the next artist. I'm not. I'm just usually from day to day when I'm slapping paint on paper, just trying to, get my joy, get my joy going. And so far, the last 2 years has just brought me nothing but joy. Creating, hanging out, especially over at PM Artist Studio. Like some of the stuff, like the pencils, color pencils. I mean, she almost got me. I pulled them pencils out. I was just like, I don't have them. I just don't have it. I just can't sit here. I need to be able to stroke it out. Stroke it. Hey, Pinka. Happy Friday, Pinka. I need to be able to do this. Slap this paint down, right? And just take it and just see one brush stroke at a time. Doo 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 doo. This makes me happy. I tried it. So this one right here, I'm gonna come back in. What other color? We got that blue. Let's pull this blue out. But you see these senneliers from the Hooby Looby? They are very, very pigmented. And yes, I'm going to go over here and stick some in there. Doo-doo. And some of the, let's see, I think this one, nope, that one don't have no gesso on it. Some of these I had prepped with gesso because this was watercolor paper. And I wanted to play around with the gesso and the watercolor. I wanted to see what it was going to do. And with the iron oxides. I mean, with the distress oxides. I wanted to see what it was going to do. There's nothing wrong with experiment. Hey, it's just paper, right? One day you realize it's just paper. Just get busy getting through creating because we have to get through life. And sometimes we forget. Sometimes we forget. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. See how that is reacting right there? And it's the dioxides, it's the distress oxides right there. But look at that. And then we're gonna do something else because y'all know. See it. Got my Dinas right here. I'm just gonna kind of bloop bloop. Look at it, look at it. Ooh, look at it. Look at that. Look how it reacts to the watercolor. Watercolor, a lot of people think watercolor can only be on watercolor paper. Watercolor is just watercolor. You can have so much fun with watercolor. Look at that. Now that's my flower, my designs, and then I put in there, but look at how and this was distressed. This was well, these are gloss sprays. Well, we call it gloss. It doesn't have a spray anymore. There was gloss sprays, but I do have some on a sprayer. I got a sprayer. Dina Wakley is very, yes, a lot of, oh, I love me some Dina. I love me some Dina in person. She is just, oh my goodness, she is so fun. She's very fun. See, I got this sprayer. I found out this sprayer works better. Look at that. Ooh, look at. Now to keep this from clogging up, dip it in some water and clean that spray hole. So that way the acrylic, because this is only acrylic spray, gloss spray in a bottle. You don't want to get it all clogged. You don't want to get clogged up. It'll clog you up. All right. So see, watercolor was under this. This was watercolor and distress oxides on this card. And then I went and popped some Dina Wakley spray and sprayed the top of it. And it has some archival ink, right? Because the stamps, Darcy's stamps right there, I stamped with archival. My stamp, I stamped with distress oxide. This card right here is very multimedia. And I don't think I put oxide, I don't think I put gesso on this card either. So this one is very, very fun. It's layered. You let some, now this kind of thing I'll let dry. And the archival ink is waterproof. So you see how it's beading right there? It's not receiving it. It's just like, up, just sit there and dry, baby. I'm not gonna let you penetrate me. So that's a beautiful one. This one, the same thing. Layered. Watercolor was on the base. So it was the base of the card. Then you saw me put watercolor all across the top. And see, stamped on it. So it's good. So take your watercolor, add watercolor to your mixed media. I really, really like the way this one is coming out. Really do like that. Okay. It's World Watercolor Month. We're going to play with watercolors. All right. We should have another piece of, let's see, are you dry enough? Should have went back to the first one. I don't know which one was first. So, all right, let's go on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Alicia. Now I'm going to go with the blue, all over blue. And we're going to kind of just go. Look at that. Do you see how that water sits up on that gesso? If you have never, ever in your creative time in your life put gesso on a piece of paper or whatever product, whatever you do, put it on there And then play with your watercolors. I challenge you. I threaten you. I'm threatening you with a good time. I promise you it's going to be very much so fun. And then after I finish with all these cards that I'm doing, I am going to seal them with my wax, my Derlin's wax. Why? Because we don't want it to, get messed up or get splattered with some water because it's watercolor and it'll reignite. So we don't want that to happen. So after I finish with them, because that's usually what I do with my finished products or my finished pieces, is I do rub them down, give them a good rub with Dorland's wax. Look at that. Let's put a butt on that because that's the bottom of the flower. And kind of go in there and I won't do a whole lot of what do you call it? Blossoming, when it's wet on wet. But look at that. I like that. That is very much so beautiful. Just saying, it's World Watercolor Month. What size brush is this one? Probably the number is used off, rubbed off. It's probably a number 8. Let me see. Let's see. What size is this? This is a number 12. All my numbers are gone. I don't know. I find one. There's a number on this one. You can tell I use one. Okay, this is a 6. Yeah, so this is an 8. All my numbers are gone. That's something. I do have those brushes again. They're not duplicated, but you kind of you can tell by looking at another brush. Be like, oh, that's close enough. Oh, look at that. See how it's just layering it, and then I put the butt because that's the bottom of the flower. This one kind of have a little butt because that's the bottom of that flower. But yeah, I want you to try it. I want y'all to try it. Get you some gesso. The gesso I have is very, very creamy. I like this one because it's not thick. Some of my other gessos, my golden gessos, are very thick. But I do use those on my canvases, like in my mixed media, so they needed to be thick. But when I got that one from Hobby Lobby, I was like, God, this is so creamy. So I had to give it a little time. And then as I thought about it, I was just, let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. So I did. So today hey, let's do it. All right, let's take our green here. And we're gonna take some blue there. Gonna take some of that because we want our signature color and all that makes it beautiful. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna come down. We're just gonna boop 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 boop, write it down. Boop boop do 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 do. Come up there. And for tomorrow's live, y'all know if you don't already know, I'll be on in the evening, like 6 o'clock tomorrow. Since I'll be with Betty Penny in the morning, then have some things to do tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow's live will be at 6 in the evening. We'll be hanging out. Oh, that is so I like this color and that color. All these three mixed together. Look how that mixed up. That's pretty. What brand is that blue? These are the Sennelier. The four, that blue right there, right here is Master's Touch. So it's Sennelier and Master's Touch combination. There's a collaboration there. And I can tell you it is a little different, not the same, but it is a little. It's not too much, but it is very good quality paint. I'm not mad at it. It is a better version than the Master's Touch if you've ever used Master's Touch. And this is just over here at Create Joy Studio because I have used Master's Touch tubes. I have some Master's Touch tubes in the thing over there. Feel like I gave them away because they wasn't pigmented enough for me. I like when you show up, we gotta show up and show out. Put your good dress on. Let's go out. But I like that. Is that not beautiful? So if you're starting out let's just say this. You've come and popped up on somebody's channel for World Watercolor Month. You're just like, you know what? I'm going to try watercolor. You got some watercolors. Even if you have some inexpensive craft watercolors, use them. Get you some gesso. Slap it on a canvas, slap it on a piece of paper, try it out. I tried it out first before I did this. I tried it out and we got all the cards I showed you earlier. So now we got two. This one is already dried. And now we're going to let that one dry. These are very much so beautiful. Y'all know me. Hi, Jenrin. Is it? How are you? Happy Friday. That's what I'm drinking on, y'all. It's good. Don't run my sugar up at all. Now, I want to use this before we go any further. And told you we're going to play around with some texture. Texture and watercolor. No, it's not sweet. It's not sweet at all. It has a little, I don't know, little. It tastes like berries, but it's like when you go pick berries off a tree and they not sweet, but you eat them anyway. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. But it's not sweet at all. I'm just gonna put these on. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason for what I'm getting ready to do, but I'm getting ready to do it. Why? Because I can. It's Friday and I'm in the studio and I'm creating joy, doing things that makes me happy so I can do what? Live my life intentionally. Trusting the process. I didn't ask the chair if it was going to hold me. I just sat my butt down. Like that. So it's maybe nope. Oh, well, it'd be three because I didn't go over it now. Do, 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 do. All right, let's go. Where's my brush? Let's take this brush. I thought it was like soda water. No, it's not. Definitely not. Definitely not. And the good thing about them is when I've tried it, it does not run my that make my sugar go up. Now I'm trying to see, am I gonna do this first or am I gonna do that first? I think I'm gonna do this first, then do that. So let's see. Let's shellac it down. What did I do there? Oh, okay. Well, here, let's just shellac it down so I can get what I want. I just want the texture. That's all. Just slap it down. Don't think about it. Trust the process. And if you don't know what the process is just to make yourself happy. And if you're slapping paint on paper, gesso on paper, or whatever you're slapping down, at the end of the day, I promise you, you're going to be happy. Because you're going to sit back and you're going to look at what you create and you're just going to be like, oh, I did that. And then if you look back and be like, oh, I did that. You learn from it, create from it. Don't worry about it. Has Alicia changed her handle? Yeah, she went back. She got the other one. So yeah, same person. You got it, but at least you caught up. You saw it. So I was like, wait, what? All right, so we got that. Now the question is, you say, well, Karen, are you gonna let it dry? Yeah, a little bit. We're gonna let it dry a little bit. But I'm also gonna pull it up. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Leave it. Because what I got a thought in my head, y'all. I got a thought in my head. That's what I'm trying to do. I got a thought in my head. And I don't want to kind of, you know, I don't know. We're just gonna leave. We're gonna leave. We're gonna let that dry. Okay, we're gonna pull out another one. All right, we're going back and forth with the waters. So now I did that. Didn't do enough of this. Oh, that's what I want to do. Hold on. Let's use this color. do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm listening while I'm ironing, and no, I will not iron anything for anyone else. I don't want to be doing this. Ooh, I don't know the last time I ironed. I do not know the last time I pulled out. I personally iron. I know the last time people around me iron, but I did. These are my flowers, and this is Distress Oxide. All I'm doing is stamping it on here, and we're gonna boop, boop, put her down, put her down, put her down. As P say, gotta bang it. And she's right. You gotta bang it. Usually I try to just put so much on there that I don't have to bang it, but you do get a little bit of gratification of banging it. Just saying. All right, so put that one going that way, and this one's gonna go this way. There we go. Boop. So that's distress oxide. Whoever, I can't remember who asked about what distress oxide was. That's distress oxide. Now, let me show you something else you can do with this. This is how I ended up with all these beautiful papers. I'm gonna take these two watercolor papers right here, and I got some strips, got some strippers over here. I'm gonna put them down, put that down, put that down. Kind of got this idea from yesterday when we did the card, so I was just like, oh, let's try that. And I got all these pieces of cards, watercolor paper. You could do so much with these. And I'm going to take them and we're going to use them on cards. But this has ink. So here's the thing. Here's the difference in the archival inks and the Versaclair and all of those is you have the Distress Oxides already on here, right? So all I do is spritz it a little, spray it, spritz, just get a little bit of water on it, and then come right on back in and stamp it. You got to do a lot of banging on this one because it's water. So that's there. And I'm going to take this one and put it over here. So my flower is going to be pieces of the flower is what it's going to be. We don't even have an ironing board. We don't. I don't iron. I don't need now. You want to iron, you go and my daughter, she irons, she pulls a towel out and iron on the floor. All right, like y'all ain't always had an ironing board. All right, so you see, now I'm gonna pull these up. So we got a little bit of flour, little bit of flour, little pieces of flour. Then you got a little bit of flour. Oops. Just little pieces. And because this is my design, my thing is you send a little bit of, when I send out happy mail, you get to send a little bit of your happy with it, right? So there's that. We'll put that right there. Pull this one up. Putting them over here so they can dry because they still need to dry. And then we still can go back. I don't remember which one that one was. Let's see. I think it was this one. Oh, maybe it was this one. Jeez. Feel like it was that way, but we're not gonna stress so we're just gonna put her down. Yeah, it was that one. Because it's wet. So it's still wet, and we still got some Distress Oxide. Distress Oxide is water, what do you call it? You wake it up with the water. So you can put it on. Usually you take it off and you put it on a brush. Where's another one? Let's take this one. We have another one that's done. That was for watercolor. So we take this, put that across there. Reactive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Stay there, Paula K, because Paula K the pro at this, not me. I just like to create with it. I love me some Distress Oxides. only because of what I'm getting ready to do. Like all of this I'm getting ready to do is just so fun. All right, where's a brush? You get a brush. And my brushes are all these little dauber things because I'm going to use this color. Everybody don't have a designated color, but this is close enough. So we're going to power it on. Going to kind of go across here. Now, if y'all want to see some good work with these distress oxides and these things, listen, go over there and watch Paula K, how she turns a daggum card into all the things with distress oxide. So I think I've gotten better with that paste though. I'm a pro at the paste. All right. Well, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. I love that. Love that. All right. Let that, we could take that. I'm gonna do something. You might be like, what? Watch this. Watch it. Love oxides on craft. Yes. Like take it. This is the gesso. It's just regular gesso. Just gonna pop it on there. Oh, look at that. Now have you some water. If you're gonna use your stamps like I'm doing these right here, have you some water. Just saying, because you need to get this off. But for right now, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And then once it dries, then you come back in with the watercolor. See? Look at that. Look at that. Tell me that don't make me happy. Now we're gonna leave that and let that dry because I don't want to pull it up yet. We're going to have some space. We're going to have some open space, but we're not going to pull it up yet. So let's take this because we still can stamp out. See, it's the stamping that keeps on giving. Where's the other one? Let's get another card. Just stamp that on there. Stamp that there. Boop, boop. There we go. All right, all that stuff there, gotta dry. Now, I'm gonna put these in some water. I got some water on my desk. I'm gonna bathe them up. Gotta bathe them up so that it doesn't get in the parts of the stamp. You want to keep that clear. So you just put it in there and let it give it a squiggle, a little, drag on the bottom of your whatever, the little bowl. I have a little pan that I got from the dollar store. I love that grid tape. The tape I'm using, it's actually it's drywall tape. It is so good. There's some other kind. Remember I told y'all I need to go and get it from the store, but I was going to get it and then split it, send some to my members because it's a whole big old roll. But it looked like it has little heart holes in it, but it doesn't have heart holes. It just looks like heart holes, but it's so much fun. So I love it. God, I see, and I still got some more left. I'm trying to use all this up. Well, let's do this. Let's do this because we're using it for texture. That's all we're doing. Let's put that back in its place. Where's our brush? We're just going to kind of splat that across. Not all across it because we don't want to cover up the flower. There's a flower under there. But it also gives it some color. There we go. And this one, remember the watercolor that was on there? So we put watercolor on there. There we go. So we got some of, and these are good to go in, your journals, or you can make backgrounds. At this point, you're doing a number of things with it. So I wanted to do something different today because, I can slap paint on paper. And because I'm going to be hanging out with Bitty Penny in the morning doing flowers, I'm going to be painting flowers like till there's no tomorrow. I wanted to do something different to hang out today and just kind of continue what I was doing. Now let's take that, put that there, and let's shellac the rest of this on here. There we go. Okay, I want to give y'all an update. Remember, I was telling you about my little, she's like a granddaughter, a surrogate granddaughter from a surrogate daughter, kind of. Not that I needed any more children or whatever, but we've become good friends and whatever. But remember, I told you about Izzy. Izzy had to have brain surgery. Look it on your finger. But she came through everything fine. They took the tube out yesterday and she's doing well, and hopefully everything goes great and she'll be going home tomorrow. So that was a great thing that I was happy that her mom texted me this morning to give me that update. I like the oxides on craft paper and black paper too. I need another pack of black cardstock because I want to make some more black card bases and whatnot. Well, Zal, when you go home, you might have all that stuff in the mail. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't close the box up. Look at that. Ooh, that's Birdie. I love this. Oh, hold on. I gotta wash it out because I'll forget to wash it out and then I'll be mad because it be clogged up. Side panel paper, can you pop that card you pull the tape from into the technology, please? Oh, that card I pulled the tape. This one or this one? Which one? Pull the tape from. It was one of these. These right here. I think. Let me know. I stole some of hubby's aluminum foil type tape too. Aluminum foil type tape. Now let's. What kind of tape is that? I like this one. I think this is the one you're talking about when I pulled it off. But see, and then I sprayed it and it sits on top of the gesso. You see that texture there? That right there is good. We say that, and then you see right here, my stamp is there. Tape for duct work. Oh, okay. Karen, I'll be back home next Saturday. My mail is currently on hold until then. Oh, so I can go on and send it. So, okay, cool. You got your mail on hold. Okay, well, great. I'll send it out this week then. Great, 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 great. I didn't want it sitting there. I didn't want nobody to be, but good. That's good. You got your mail on hold. All right, cool. I'll do that. We'll make it happen, Captain. I like watercolor and gesso. And the other thing is that's why I learned and I learned this from, I think it was Simon Hurley, because y'all know Simon Hurley has his pace. So he has the watercolor pads that are not waterproof. His pads are they're not water resistant. So these right here, they're watercolor. So they're for stamping and blending, like for the card makers, that they do. But I thought I misunderstood. So I was just like, oh, those are some beautiful colors. I can stamp with them. But when I went to slap that water over and it moved, I was like, no. So this and this, a little different, but about the same animal, I think. I don't know. They're in the animal kingdom. So you have, I know this and this is saying it's the same because it's going to react. This is going to react just like this reacts, but it's beautiful. So we have this right here. I'm going to let all this here dry. Also, if my mail doesn't fit in the mailbox, they will put it in one of the lock boxes. Okay, cool. Yeah, it won't fit in the mailbox. And then you have this. We don't throw this away. We keep this. We keep this. And usually I keep this and I'll put it in my art journal. So let me show you the art journal I'm working on now. So this is what I do with the stuff that I've already created. Simon Hurley, I'm sure I know someone who is on Yes, we do know somebody who is on that Simon Hurley design team and do and chat and is. I'm just saying. Okay, so y'all saw the paints I used today are these, the ones from Master's Touch, the collaboration that Master's Touch have with Sennelier. Sennelier, Sennelier, however, that's what the paints I used today. Most of that I just used. I'm going to use some more, but I need to move these tubes out of the way because they're in my way. All right, these need to dry. Okay, so that need to dry. Oh, we got a lot of stuff need to dry. So right here, see, I take it because it's done. I don't want to throw it away. So I'll take it and either cut it but this one I didn't cut. I just put it on some black paper because I had some scraps. So you take it and kind of put it on there. And it's sticky, so it's going to stick. And then I don't have nothing on my desk. Yeah, I know I clean my desk off. Let's see, I got Darcy's card. I don't want to put that in a book though. Well, yeah, I don't want to put that in a book. But this is what I'm saying. So I don't throw it away. And then right here, that's paste. Remember the paste I was telling you about? That's Simon Hurley's paste. And I did on the page. Now remember, these are the pages to the art journals. The art journals that I have that's for sale. And so I took one of the ones that I had and I just, start creating in it myself. Because these are my gel pool pages back in the day when I first got kind of started and just slapping paint on the gel plate. So I'm creating, see that one, put a page in there. So it's something that you don't have to have a whole lot of fancy stuff, Like that's Christy Hartman. And then if I took that and put that like right there, it's not talking. I would have to audition. It's not talking. It has to say I want to be on there. Maybe. Look at her. See, look at her. Well, that might work right there. And just slap some paint on it. Just take whatever you did and put it there. I like that. That might work there. And hold on, we're gonna do something else. I won't be able to close this page. Oh, look at there. That's beautiful. Gonna have to leave that page open. And this is the other thing you can do with watercolor too. Put the tops back on. You take the watercolor, right? I'm gonna leave this open. I'm gonna use this one. So let's take the yellow because we started out with yellow. Let's get this yellow. Let's wake it back up. Wake up, little Susie, wake up. Gonna take that and then just take it and same thing. That's it. Like the white spots, if it bothers you, just go around, go in. Because this is acrylic paint on these pages, it's not gonna mess it up. It's just gonna add to it, right? And you can take if you have y'all know I made my own dye, my Rit dye. You go in there, you can spray it with your Rit dye. I like the way the Dina Wakley spray just kind of sits there, and I'm going to leave it open and it's going to dry just like that. But for now, we're going to go in and just take all of this paint, this yellow, and go around where we got white and just slap that paint on the paper. Wherever it's white, it's just going to sit in there. We're not going to worry about it. There you go. And the good thing, the way I've been seeing how other people have been using these art books, it's just I love it. Because before I was just going to take the papers and just not throw them away, but throw in a box somewhere. And I think I saw PM Artist Studio, they did something, and I was just like, wait a minute, I can just take those pages and turn them into little art books. And either if I have people here at the ranch that don't know how to do anything and don't want to do anything, but they do want to sit and, hang out with us in the studio, we just give them one of the books. Well, most of the work is already done. And then you give them some paper. See how that is? I don't want to close this, but look how that has just really embellished that paper. I like it. I want more yellow on that, so I want some more. Most of my yellow is almost gone. So here's the thing about World Watercolor Month. You don't just have to do watercolor the traditional way. You don't have to know how to slap paint on paper like to make flowers like me. You can just get your journal, your art journal, open it up, and if your art journal does not have watercolor paper in it, get you some gesso and basically prep the page, and now you have a page that you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can do whatever you like. I can't believe we're going to dinner at 7 o'clock. I'm gonna be hungry. I'm kind of hungry now, but if I eat now, I'm trying not to eat. Sheesh. What time is it? Oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot. I don't even know why we're going at 7. So late. But look at that. And that girl, see, she doesn't have to be perfect. And then we got this over here. So what I can do is get some more of maybe some printables, because I got plenty of printables. Come and put the printables on there. Or you can get a stamp. I can get the stamp. Where's the stamp? Look, let's take we're gonna use the butterfly next. So let me find the butterfly. The butterfly, that's old. Let me see the Tootsie Roll. Oh, where's my okay, let's use this one. This one might work. So this is watercolor in Stella ink. You don't know. It's by Simon Hurley. You can get you some over there at Ranger. Sorry, I don't have a link or anything. Paula K, you got a link. If you do, send it to me so we can put it in the chat, and then people can use your link. Cause y'all know why? Because Paula K is on the design team. I'm just saying. Let's see how this gonna turn out. I don't know how this gonna turn out, but I did that color and I'm just gonna plop it down there. Chi-Town in the house. I wish she was literally in the house in the studio. Okay. Now, I can't bother this anymore though, because remember what I said. These right here are reactive. These will react. These are not waterproof. Archival, if I use this is waterproof, not waterproof. This is watercolor in an ink pad. Okay, got that? So I can't do anything. If I spray anything over here, it's going to set it off, right? So let me show you. So I'm going to take the other butterfly. I still have to pinch myself that I am on someone's design team. Whatever. Listen, y'all. Let me tell you something. That daggone Paula K. I understand, Paula. So now when I say the same thing, because I feel the same way about being a designer for PM Artist Studio, I can't believe it. So I understand that. It's just like, wait, what? All right, I'm going to turn this. We're going to do the butterfly this way. Oh, what? Oh, what we doing? What is reactive? Oh, listen. See, we had some wet that was still on there, so it came up. Okay, this won't react if I put something. Let me show you. I like to show you because I can show you better than I can tell you. That's what I'm saying. Let's do yellow again. Where's our yellow spray? All right. So right here, just gonna spray it. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna do anything. But if I spray this butterfly over here, it's gonna wet him up and it's gonna react to this. See? See how it reacted. This went into it. It wants to go in and be a part of it. right? This one's sitting on top of it because that butterfly, which is archival ink, is waterproof. So no matter what we do, you can't do anything to that one. But the more you spray over here, this is going to be activated because it's watercolor. It's like watercolor in a stamp. So when you use it, you can't bother it. See? So we see how it's coming through that color? It's reacting. But the butterfly over here, it is very much so beautiful. I do like that. Wait, isn't Paula K the same person that helped me get on Karen? What about saying yes, yes, that would be that Paula K. Mm-hmm. Right. So Paula, right, right. She said she knows she good. Cause Paula K, I showed Crystal your card while you was here. She's like, now this thing got some weight to it, and do. But we're very humble. That's what I will say. We are very humble. Like we're not out here in these streets. Okay. Oh, sorry, y'all. Text came through. Uh, and we can come early. All right. I had to pause when we talk about food. Sorry. Cause I'm hungry. I had watermelon and I had ribs for breakfast. So this is beautiful. I like this page. I like the way this page, see how it just really came to life right here. It just came to life. And we took the, what do we call it stuff? This stuff and put it on there. And that was already on there. And that's just very beautiful. It's very beautiful. And it's on my gel print page. So there's the other. I can't close it because it's wet. So I should have walked y'all through it before I did that. And these art books that I'm selling, they are a good place to do experiments because some of them are on black paper, some of them are on watercolor paper, some of them are on regular copy paper, some of them are on repurposed paper that I had when I was doing counseling notes that I've covered up with paint. Ain't nowhere in the world you can see what's under there. But this one was Dina Wakely's um, I can't think of what it's called, but I took that and took some paste, slapped it on there. It doesn't take a lot to create something beautiful. It does not take a lot to create something that makes you happy. You just have to trust the process. Remember, trusting the process makes life easier. Remember, I talked about motivational drivers the other day? Like, I was trying to figure out what motivated me because on my walk, I was like, what am I motivated by? Right. And so then I had to come back and, well, while I was on the walk, I did a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Based on, because I had to come back and go through parts of my journal, I was like, what makes me happy? Living life according to my values, first of all, makes me very, very happy. I want peace in my life. I want to have integrity in whatever I do, right? Spirituality is very important to me because over here at Create Joy Studio, I do believe that God is the reason that I woke up this morning. I believe the reason that I'm still here is because God sent his son to die for my sins, right? And I believe that he's coming back. That's me over here in mine. That doesn't mean everybody that show up, I'm going to be like, you're dying going to hell if you don't believe what I believe. Nope, not my fight, not my show. But, and then the last of my core values is family, because at the center of my decisions, all of those things play a part, right? I'm not looking for success anymore. Success is looking for me. Because why? I've gotten myself together. My drivers that really motivate me is I want peace in my life, which means I'm not going to work on a job that's going to bring me chaos. I am going to do things decent and in order. So I have my integrity. I know that when I wake up every morning, God is the reason, my source, and my steps are ordered by Him. I'm going to trust the process. I'm going to have faith every step I take. And my family, those that want to support me, are going to be there to support me. And that right there, who needs to chase success? Yes, it used to be I need to have the job, making the good money because I had the kids to take care of. I don't have that. That's not my driver anymore, right? I don't have the 7 kids in the house to take care of anymore. They're out there grown, taking care of themselves. So you kind of want a life that reflects what matters most to you, right? I even asked the girls, like, we have a chat. Everybody gave me what their drivers was, their what motivates them. And each one of us was different. But all of us, me, Bernadette, Crystal, and Tasha, we all came together on one thing. We all like helping other people, whether it's our children, whether it's our family, we like helping people. We are all motivated by taking care and making sure that other people are okay. For me, I've learned when other people kind of fight or buck against that and don't see the passion, then that usually have turned in the past have turned into somebody else misconstruing what I meant. They didn't understand that's my love language, that's my passion. If I can't help and take care of you, then sometimes I just feel like I'm not doing a good job. Why? Because I want to have integrity in everything that I do. I know that God has brought me here to serve a purpose. Now, I know my purpose for sure, is after the death of my daughter, granddaughter, and my son. People ask the question, Karen, how do you do it? How do you still show up? How do you still smile? And so here it is. And God's just like, yeah, why don't you just tell people how you do it? How you do it? And it's like, oh, what you mean? I'm journaling about it. He's like, no, tell people how you do it. I'm just like, dude, come on now. Some things just a little private. God's like, no. I need people to understand I'm the same God in the good, the bad. I am the same God. I am no different whether I'm giving you the house and the car and the man or whether I'm taking the house, the car, and the man. He is the same. But people look and they try to put him in a different, I don't. Just like, okay, I trust and believe that you're going to get me through this because you're the giver of life and death. My granddaughter, my daughter are gone. Okay. Can you give me the strength to get up every day, to smile? Can you give me my joy back? Can you help me? That's why my spirituality is important. And when you're growing into the person that God has created you to be, listen, my faith, that's just it for me. Just for me now. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm just over here talking about me. I ain't even talking about Mr. McCoy. My faith influences how I view life. So therefore, I am going to trust God through every season of my life, good, bad, or the ugly. Which is why slapping paint on paper ended up being my life, saved my whole journey. Because trying to paint the right way or the way some people's like, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that. I'm just like, listen, you just better be glad I got this paintbrush in my hand and I'm being consistent over here while I'm trying to inspire me to be great. Don't come over here telling me I'm doing things wrong because I woke up this morning. So I'm doing things right because I got up and I pushed the live button and I'm going to help somebody navigate through the hard parts of life. Every day is not great. There are people that don't want to leave the house because their heart hurts because they've lost somebody, right? The world is out here fighting every single day. We don't have to add some other stuff about our creative journey. No, y'all create the way you want to create. I'm just here to show you how I do it and what makes me happy and what makes me smile, right? So I'm not trying to create something that's going to last forever. Right? Some things now I do. Like when somebody want me to commission a piece and they're just like, oh, I want this, I want your flowers, and I'm gonna put them in a frame. Okay, well then now I gotta think a little bit. Now we gotta go down to how to keep that from this and that. Okay, watercolor. All right, watercolor pays it. All right, we need light fastness. Okay, we need the best light fast. Okay, so we had to learn some things. Oh, okay. Now what I need to do to keep it from sticking to the frame after a while. Okay, Derlin's waxed, seal it. Okay, got it. But outside of that, y'all ain't got time for that. In the words of Darcy, ain't nobody got time for that. We ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for that. And don't. So my motivation is reflected not only by what I create, but also the questions that I have to ask myself every day. What you gonna do today? Now remember, we can't do anything with this one. Why? Because we use watercolor Stella ink. We can't go put nothing in it because it's going to what? Activate. Okay, that's the word of the day, activate. Stellar inks activate. Archival inks don't activate. I'm quite sure Crystal got a song for activate. So if you want this right here, this look, you're going to have to wait a little bit. Now you can go in maybe and do something else with those after it dry and after a minute or two. We're going to do that because I'm going to, we're going to slap some paint on here. And listen, don't be scared to make mud either. I've made some beautiful things out of mud. Y'all have seen it during World Watercolor Month. There's a video for it. Okay, so look at this, right? The texture that's in there, we use that. We slapped the watercolor on there. We got a little bit of, you can see the shimmer. So right now I'm going to take this and where's some, what color? Oh, let's do pink. Pink and yellow. It's on the, all right. Where the balls at? There we go. I'll get them balls to moving. And this is gloss spray. This is taffy. It's one of Dina's new colors. There we go. And we're going to kind of just, I'm going to be right in its face a little bit because I want it to be very intent. Because I like that. See how we covered it up? Now it's not white. But hold on, I'm not done. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. All right, where's another color? I got another one. Where's that? Where's that? We got that one, that one. Where's it at? Jesus, did I open it? I feel like I opened all of them. Y'all know I get some new stuff and that's the main thing that be sitting on my desk. There it is, green. I personally can only think, Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Alicia said, I spent the last 3 days creating painted papers from junk mail. Yes, VA mail. Credit reports. Yes. Those are the best. Mr. McCoy, he ripped open an envelope the other day, and I was just like, well, can't use that. And then he threw it away. Okay, there we go. Chi-Town, what you doing? She might be done went to sleep. It's Friday. Okay. See how you can put them on top of each other and they kind of layer. They kind of they don't combine. They kind of just layer because that's what they were created to do because that's what Dina does. I came back from taking shadow out. Oh, okay. Activate. We said we know you have a song for activate, and Zal says the only thing she can think of is Holy Spirit activate. So you got a song for activate? Activate. Oh, listen, Cookie. If I hate that y'all could not hear her when she did that, when she was freestyling here in the studio. I hate that y'all couldn't hear that. That thing just she had it going too. Okay, I can't watch that right now. Somebody's sending me something because they don't know I'm live. They just don't know. It's World Watercolor Month. We live over here in the studio. All right, let's look at this one. I got this one. It's just screaming because that's my flower that way. I'm going to stamp it with this color. Oh, my flower's still in the water. That's not going to work out. All right, I'm going to have to get another one. Why? Because I got them. And do. Ooh. Oh, yeah, but y'all definitely saw her dance. Oh, yes, that was funny. She told me, I knew you didn't. Yes, I did. Yo, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, there we go. See, that gave it more defined my lines. See, that's why a blob isn't a problem. We don't mind a blob. So that's the flower that way. But also I can't bother it. Why? Because remember, these are activate. These will activate. Eddie called my dance the Chicago, the Chi-Town jingle. Oh, goodness. That was a time to be had. We'll have to do that again sometime soon. Or not. But we'll have to maybe do it once a quarter. I feel like it was just needed. Everybody had a great time that weekend. You can tell I didn't use my stamps up because they all smushy and squishy. These new, this, I just pulled out a new one. It's nice and firm. Them other ones, I done washed them, squoze them, done everything. It's clear skies. I'm not a fan. Only because, I think it's only because the colors I already have in there. So let me see. Let me do this. Only for my own sanity's sake. I don't want it to be very, very boom. Think I stamped it in the wrong place, but it's okay. Yeah, there we go. See, now it looks like it's two flowers. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute, y'all. I got some right here. You know I'm gonna pull it out. You know it. Oh, there's a gnat in here. It ain't a fly, it's a gnat. I'm firing. We firing them Terminex people, whoever it is. They gonna be fired. I have more daggum bugs around here than I did when we had our other guy. I want um Aaron back. Who cares about the attic? Hell, they don't go in the attic no way. When that contract over, we're done. Our relationship shall be severed and will go around killing. Now I know Aaron told me you have to decide what nature you're gonna live with. You know, some spiders are good because they keep away mosquitoes and some of the things, but I got about 50 daggone species of spiders around here. And the reason I can tell that the spiders are bad because the frogs are bad. The frogs are up on the desk. I mean on the deck. Big frogs too. Oh, that's very much so beautiful. Look at that. Look at our watercolor card. Yay. All right, hold on. We're gonna, we gotta cut the heating tool on. We gotta let it get hot. Let's put this up. There we go. I think today was a good day for I'm not gonna say mixed media of, because the watercolor, but it is mixed media. It is. But today is a good day. I'm gonna do this over this. Put that on so that can get hot. Now, Paula K, I have a question. Now, how long we gotta wait for this to dry? Because usually I never do anything on it. But these, I haven't played with them outside of just stamping with them. Super dry over here. And I do like the Simon Hurley inks. I do like them. But the reason that I got them, they're not the same reason that I used them. But I do trust the process. See, even in my artwork, I have to trust the process that it's going to create something that's going to be beautiful, right? Stella inks are dye inks, so they dry pretty quick. Okay, and then, but I can't go put water in them still though. Will they reactivate? I thought about it just as I was getting ready to go and paint that butterfly. It's always good to have people in your chat that know about products. Because remember, I told y'all I'm just over here to create beautiful things. And you find things that bring me joy. I don't always know what they do. It's gonna create something pretty. Then yes, I want it. If it's gonna cause me too much stress to learn it, then no, I don't want it. I'll get somebody else to maybe teach it, or I ask somebody else. Like gel printing is so much fun. Why? Because I feel like there are no rules. There's no right or wrong way to gel printing. Okay, yes, they might reactivate a little, not as much. Yeah, the distress oxides will do a lot. Do y'all understand? Does that make sense to y'all? Because if it doesn't, I'd be happy to show you. I do know them distress oxides, they wake up, which is why this is so pretty. Is because the distress oxides, when you put water, this is what I did. I had the baseless watercolor, and I stamped with the distress oxide, and then I sprayed it. So that activated what was on there. And then after it settled, I stamped again with my flower. That's why that is so beautiful. It is so pretty. Look at that. Is that not pretty? Now it's embossed. Don't threaten me with a good time. I like to emboss. Look at that. And we got all the watercolors. They stayed in place. Those are the Sennelier watercolors that I got from um Hooby Looby. If you know, you know. Hooby Looby. They're pretty good. So we used all the colors on here to make a background and stamped over it with the flowers. Oh, that's so pretty. My desk looks yummy. All right. So let's take this one. This one is dry. Everything is dry on here. So yeah. Oh, let's do another page in here. It's like a coloring book. Let's take this one. Take this one. This is what we're talking about. So here's the distress oxide. Get my paintbrush. Literally, I'm just going in. We're going in right out the pad. So this is what it does. We ain't gonna need much. As a matter of fact, just do this. Just kind of plop it down on there. Just do it. Don't matter. Don't matter. There it is. Don't matter. That's fun. That would normally be called mushing in a different way. I mush differently. Okay. See that's down there? See? Now watch this. You ready? Y'all ready? You ready? Look at that. Would you look at that move? Look at that. Oh my goodness, that's just so much fun. Just take your brush and move it where it needs to be. But when you do it, it activates. It activates the oxides. And listen, y'all, there's a whole lot to these distress oxides. So you have distress oxides and you have distress ink. Two different approaches. I just know that they were, well, I was taught that they were, right? And I look at Tiffany, oh God, I can't think of Tiffany's name. I think it's Tiffany, but it's another young lady that I learned way back when, Barb and I was doing, Barb one got me with all these things. We were on part of a membership. They would send them to the house every month. Whenever Tim had a new color, I would get the distress oxides, the stains, the ink, all of them, all of them. Yes, Rosemary, her. Yes. I think it's her. Does she do alcohol inks, right? I think Tiffany does alcohol inks. Let me see. Whoever, but y'all probably know. She do, yeah. I think Tiffany that's her, yeah. She does alcohol inks, but I feel like that she did something with some distress oxide. I feel like she the person I saw do it. But either way, there's a whole science into this. Now this right here, I sprayed the heck out of it so it spilled over here. But this isn't watercolor paper. This is regular copy paper. So, but it still held on real good. So let's put that over there and let that dry. This right here is, I think I stamped on it. Did I stamp on it? Do you need to go back out the door? Like, let's put some on this one. Well, let's get a new one. We got plenty of paper. It's just paper. It's just paper. Okay. Let's stamp this one. Stamp there. Like P, so you got beat it. Put all it on and put it on there. Beat it up. Beat it up. It's not gonna really matter. There we go. Karen, have you ever tried doing it in reverse, embossing first and then ink smush or watercolor? Oh, okay. Oh, girl. Okay, wait a minute. Now you said ink first. Y'all, do you need to go outside again? What time is it? Yeah, you might. Do you want to go? I will let you out because I do not want you to tinkle in my studio. See you later. Okay. All right. Let me make sure I understood what you said. Have I ever done it in reverse? Emboss first and then ink smush or watercolor? Yes, I feel like I have. So let me look at this here. So I would have ink first. Yeah, I feel like I have. I do. I feel like I have. I feel like I have. But you know what? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing but paper. Ain't nothing but paper. Yes, yes, then yes. Emboss first to create. Yes, then saying it that way, yes. Um, but you know what? Let's do a background. So we did can't wait, can I do this? Can we emboss this? I didn't ask you the question. I just figured I just gonna put it down and see if I can do it myself. Because normally if I'm in the studio, that's what I do. I do it myself. Just like, okay, let's do it. Yes, looking at this right here, this is going to be very much so beautiful. Yeah, this is why we have communities so we can, help each other out and learn something and threaten each other with a good time. That's what I'm saying. Love embossing. I feel like I learned that from Gina K. I feel like I did that a long time ago. Long time ago. And it was before, remember, y'all gotta remember now. Remember, I started out um watching Gina K before, and so I thought I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna become a card maker," because I was trying to figure out what I needed to bring my joy and all the things, and to be happy. And I bought all the things. Gina K, she said, "Get it," I got it. I got the Big Shot. I got the stent. I got the what the folders and the embossing ink. I had all that stuff, and when I would go to do my embossing, it just never looked like hers. Mine would have ink all over the place, and just like that doesn't look the same. So somewhere down the line, after trying it for a year, I threw all that crap in a drawer somewhere and just left it alone. I'm just like, no, can't do it. So now, when you think about taking the distress oxide, now I just used the distress oxide. I'm not sure what we were talking about using, but I just did the distress oxide. Now we're going to emboss this one because that's going to cover it up, and you're not going to be able to, it's not going to activate, Holy Spirit activate. I feel like it's another song, activate. And I like embossing. Embossing is like magic. Watch it come to life. This works too, but I did have clear or white embossing line when I typed it. My mind thinks color. I don't know if I have any clear. Oh, I do have clear emboss. That way I would have been able to see the color. Okay, we can show you that too. But this way, we're going to slap this watercolor on top of this, and y'all get to see another way to use watercolor. Because why? It's World Watercolor Month. And there are more ways to use watercolor than to, create a big old flower. Although these flowers are looking great. That's my way, though. I think it's all doing. All right. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way, y'all. Because these heating tools can get hot. And you can look at it and tell when it's done. Okay, there we go. I watched a little bit of Tracy this morning. I do miss Dawn, but I talked to Dawn last week. I think it was last week. No, maybe this week. I was walking the dogs. Y'all know Dawn is the crafty visage. Here you need a wooden clothespin for that type of embossing. Yeah, yeah, you know what? That would have worked. Boom. Yeah, that will work better. Much better. They call it K. Gina K never tell me that. Mucho bella. Yes. Mm. But if you have many ink colors, those are all you need, Alicia. I have white, black, and clear. Hey, that's all you need because we're going to do something with this. If you have black, white, and clear, let me see, clear, clear. I got some glaze. Is that the same thing? Because I kind of want to do the clear. Do I have clear embossing? That's white. Got white. Got white. And I don't think I have clear. I got a glaze. Um, I got a pink glaze, which I don't think I got clear. Wait, hold on. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay, we got clear and we got white and we got yellow. So we've done yellow. All right. This is fun. All right, and then we're going to move this because we're going to use this watercolor right her, in the words of my granddaughter, right her, because she's from Texas and they don't say here, they say her, and they have water instead of water. All right, look at these. These have dried out perfect. Ready to go. All we have to do is open it up, maybe put a piece of paper on the inside for your sentiment or not. But now it's ready to go. I got plenty of clothespins. Thank you, Mr. McCoy. I don't need no clothespins. I got plenty. You see, I just whipped it out. Boom. I got a whole pack. Because I hang my art in the studio with clothespins. So this is what our art looks like that dried that we put down on the gesso. So we did a canvas of gesso. We got one more left. We'll do something else with it. So we slapped down gesso on the paper. And then we came back and we stamped flowers and we watercolored flowers on these two. And this is one that I did. This was my prototype because I wanted to see how the paint acted outside of without the gesso. So it still did good, but it sucked it up. You can see it's still there. It still did its thing, but it did real good in here. This one is very much so beautiful. So I like that one. And what else oh, and then we got to see, do I want to take this up? Yes, it did what I wanted it to do. And I'm quite sure it's because I let it dry. Look at that. Look at that. And remember, don't throw your tape away. We're going to put it in our art book. We're going to take this one on. Oh, that is very much so beautiful. Anybody else just thrilled and tickled to see Karen having so much fun? Listen, I'm trying to tell you, this is how it's supposed to be. Life is already hard enough. I like this. I don't want to do anything to this. I like this. Just, it's very simple and very, very, what I would call elegant. And then I would take this and again, open it up, put a sentiment, of course, we'll put a sentiment on the front. We would need one bigger than this, but something, you know, we got another sentiment. Hold on, a bigger one where we could take something and put right there. That would be cute. That would be real cute. Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. Always. Always, y'all. Because when you're growing into the person that God created you to be, you always have to be on the lookout for wonder in your own life, believing that there is purpose in everything that happens in your life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm a person that have stood beside the two caskets, and I'm telling you, there's purpose in your journey. You might not like the journey that you have to be on sometimes, but trust me, when you get through it and somebody else come in the chat and they're like, I'm going through such and such and such, that's when your time to shine pops up and you be like, you know what? I went through that last year. Or I went through that 2 years ago. Or I went through that 7 years ago. Or I went through that 20 years ago. Or I went through that yesterday. I know how you're feeling, right? So helping others just makes my heart happy. And because of the emails and because of the you guys showing up in the chat, and some of you guys have been here every day. We're on day 24. So I know I'm doing what God has created me to do. Shine the joy, shine the light. If y'all could see that little wiggle that just came about. All right, I'm going to put this over here, put this over there because we're not going to do anything else to this. I like this just the way it is. So it's considered done. And this one, I need to see something. So hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. There it is. That's what I wanted to see. How it was going to, because it's on gesso. So I wanted to see if it was going to react. That's what it does. Hi, Brenda. How are you this evening? How is things going for you? Look at that. The flower could be crying. I could make so much out of that, but I'm not. I'm gonna let it sit there. We're gonna let it dry. I'm glad to see Mr. McCoy didn't want you burning your fingers, Karen. Me too. Me too. Me too. All right, I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave it there. But we're gonna do something else. So hold on. Y'all look at my paint. I sprayed that spray and look at my red, got some yellow in it. Look at that fun. Isn't that fun? All right, so we're gonna do this. Let's go in here and let's go in with red. Because why? Because we can. And we're gonna slap it down. Slap it down. Yes. And here's the other thing I feel like this kind of slapping paint on paper does for you. Doesn't make it seem like you got to be an artist. It doesn't make you feel inferior to somebody else. Like if I'm sitting here creating this and having fun, right? And y'all know I like to slap paint and do my roses, but I also like to do this because there's no right and wrong way to it. Then it might inspire you to just go get some paint and just do it. Now we're gonna let that dry, but look at the layers. You can see how it's just sitting on top of the gesso, right? Remember over here, this is distress oxide. So I can't go into that with the watercolor. But we just did this great and wonderful thing. So I'm gonna see. I don't know if that's gonna work, but hey, I don't care. Let's see. Nothing to it but to do it. Because we're not here to create anything perfect. We're just here to make ourselves happy. If it works, it works. If not, then we'll stamp over it once we put this resist on. I do know that's what it's doing, is putting the resist on. And the other thing, P used those crystals yesterday. I'm gonna put before watercolor is over with. I was like, oh my goodness, I can pull out my crystals. I hadn't even used them. I didn't even think about that. That's not gonna do. Did it do? It didn't do. Did it hold on? I don't think it held on up there. I don't think it's gonna hold on. I need to wake it back up. See, it's woke up down there and it's woke up right there, but it's not up there. Now, are we gonna worry about that? No, because what we can do is we can spray it and it's not gonna wake up, is it? We ain't gonna worry about it. We're just gonna put something on there. We ain't gonna worry about it. Boom. And this is white embossing powder, so you're not worried about it. Remember what we said. Trust the process. Don't go on the rules that somebody told you. Just trust the process. Just trust the process. All right, let's move that out of the way. Let's get that heating tool heated up. Heated up. Because we gonna emboss this blob. Whatever stays, stays. Whatever doesn't, doesn't. We're not worried about it. I think Paula K was suggesting a clear stamp on. Yes, she was. She was. I got it. We're gonna do that next. I like the way Cookie makes sure I understand the assignment. Because we know what that looks like, don't we? So here's the thing. But see, this is the thing. No, Cookie, you're okay. You're good. Thank you for making sure. I like for you to look. Make sure I have nuts in my cookies. Make sure I'm on point. But here's the thing. I want the person that's out there trying to do this. This is what I want. I want them to know that even when you mess up, where somebody else will be like, oh, well, you did that or you did this. I still want you to know you can create beautiful things from what isn't designed to do it the way you did it. Why? Because in the past, that's what I was doing. This is what my flowers and things look like. I was like, it don't look like Gina K. And so I threw in the towel. I didn't do it. I just gave up on it. Now I want you to watch this right here. We're gonna walk with me, children. Don't get weary. Okay, I think we're good here. Uh-huh. Have a good few days. I'm in a better place than I was last time I was here. Have my youngest granddaughter with me. Nice. Took her for her senior pitch. Oh, she's a senior. My grandson's a senior too. Goodness. Tell her congratulations. And Brenda, I'm happy that you feel better. Oh, there's my tape. Remember, keep your tape somewhere because it sticks. We're gonna put that somewhere. Okay, so this is a whole lesson. So I did this because I asked myself a question, and then I was like, instead of asking the question, just do it. So sometimes in life, when you're creating and nobody's there, I'm not on, or there's no chat or whatever, and you're just at your desk and you just do something, and then it turns out it looks like this, and you'd be like, oh, now that's a mess. I want you to not look at it as a mess. I want you to trust the process and be like, now that's just a mess. And I want you to say it's a mess. Or you can be honest and tell yourself, okay, that's a mess. But I want you to come back and say, now what can I create out of this that makes me happy? Because I look at this and I'm like, okay, I like this. Now we got two things we can do. Let me see, right now, we can go back in with the stress oxide and stamp over it again. But me personally, I'm gonna go back with feel like I need to juice it up a little bit. Hold on, guys. I gotta get some juice. You gotta keep it juiced up. But Brenda, I am happy. It's happy to read that you're having a better day. I like it when we find the joy in different places or small. Now, Brenda, aren't you the one that got the snake under the porch? I can't remember if that's you or Carla. The racer, the black racer. Can't I think it's Carla, but I couldn't remember. And I can't remember if Carla answered one day when I said, see that pad was it was thirsty. It was thirsty. So now we got it. All right. Now we have this is what it is. So this is an experiment over here. Like the average person in this chat that uses these mediums, Paula K knows, Cookie knows, Zal probably knows. I don't know, Ava Lee. It depends on what kind of medium you work with. What I'm gonna do now is I've embossed it. So it's all my stuff is gone because the embossing powder just clumped up. Now I'm gonna take my flour. Right? I'm going to take Joshua. This one is no, this one's Tanika because she's the one with the less. And I just juiced up my pad, so we should get a lot of ink. Hopefully. I usually like doing it this way. I make sure I get a lot of ink. And then I'm going to go back over here. Not going to worry about whether it lines up or not. We're just going to stamp it again. He say you're supposed to bang it a little bit. If you got some frustration in your life, bang it. I got glass on my desk. My whole tabletop for my desk is glass, so I can't be doing too much banging. But look at that. Now hold on. We ain't done. We ain't done. Hold on. We gotta get to the other one. We need to goosh it up, juice it up real good because this one still had distress oxide. I don't want the distress oxide to pretty much. And yes, I contaminated it, so don't worry about it. Don't do what I do. Turn this one upside down. Stamp right there. I might have hit it right on. And if I did, great. If I didn't, no problem. Just trust the process. This is a trusting the process exercise. Okay? Just a little bit. Boom. There we go. We could stop right there. We could. We could. We could. But why? Because I want to put some purple on there. Because we're going to go in. It's all about having fun, finding the joy. Find what makes you happy. Dropping this embossing powder makes me so happy, even if it turns out into a blob. I'm happy with it. All right, let's get our paper. We're going to kind of come down here. Tap, tap. Bring it on down. Tap, tap, tap a little bit. Boop, boop. Do we got all of it covered up? I think we got it all covered up a little bit. If not, let's give it another run pass. Let's sprinkle it down a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. Might be some spots that didn't get. No problem. Now I'm gonna show y'all the beauty in this in a minute because I've done this mess before. Okay, we had a big 7-foot long snake under the house. He's been missing for almost a year. He lived with a yeah, okay, so it was you. Okay, yes, that's so I knew it was somebody had a snake under the porch that pretty much did its job. Lord, I don't know. Brenda, Brenda. You hear me, Brenda? I still feel the same way about them daggone snakes. I ran over one with the lawnmower. I didn't mean to. He lifted his head up and got it taken off. Mr. McCoy was letting the dogs out. I was like, no, let them back. Let them back. We got to get the snake out the yard first because I didn't know if they were going to be scared or if they were going to eat it. I didn't know if I wanted them to have snake for dinner that day. Check this out. You see, do you see? You have to trust the process. Do you see what's going on here? Now, hold on. Let's get this heat too. Pull it back out. It's not always going to show up the way that you think it will. But trust yourself in doing it. All right, let's go back down. Let's do it. We're gonna talk something new, so let's put that on there. Monique in the chat. Oh, and she in the chat as Monique Pearson. What we do? We did a new thing. You got your own channel. I feel like we gotta catch up. Now that you back and at work and back home and all the things. Look at that. Did you just look at that? Now, what this one is going to be even pretty because it's going to kind of blend in with that white that's already on there. His name was Elmon. No, everyone was at easy with him being. Everyone was at ease with him being under the house. So being that you haven't seen him, that means he's probably gone home. I love this. I hope y'all enjoyed this process right here. When you trust the process, just trust. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Now, I'm not done. I'm not done because it just made my heart happy. We're going to pull out my words. So the watercolor, see how that embossing stayed over the watercolor? So we got the watercolor on the base. But remember the first thing that we did, this piece of paper was based with gesso. So maybe in the science world that made it a little bit better. I don't know, nor do I care. But it's holding up. Now it's giving it it's a good card. So I'm going to stamp out. And in my stamping, I am going to use pink. I'm going to use pink because then we're going to use, let me see what pink looks like. So Brenda, do you think since not everyone liked him down there, do you think somebody took him out? He wasn't poisonous now, right? I'll put some joy right there. Yes, we over here talking about snakes. I mean, I'm just, I'm getting information because now that I got the right person. That's why Carla probably didn't answer because Carla like, heck no, I ain't got no snake under my porch. We're going to give ourselves some joy. I think we got joy. We have to give ourselves grace. All right, that's all I'm going to leave that. I think love might can go up there. Well, the little one. We can do a little one. Let's do the little one. Because these come in all sizes. Well, not, they come in two sizes. Then we got grace, we got joy. What is this one? This one's peace. Oh, yes, our life goal is to have peace in our life. There we go. All right, smooth this. Oh, I'm so excited. I done got heated up. I got to cut the air conditioner on high. Woo, that's just fun. Telling y'all, trust the process. Have fun. Have fun. Now, I'm going to do what Paula K was talking about before, was taking we inked it up with the color. I still did color, but this is clear embossing. So we go. Put that on there. Slide that on down there. Then slide that on over there. Use what we got. Don't put too much out because that's a little hole to be trying to put it back in. Oh, I want a steak. I don't know why I've been wanting red meat so much lately. Guess that means my iron is doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know. But I've had what I had steak. When Mr. McCoy brought steak Monday? But that steak Monday was so good. And that sweet potato. Oh my goodness, y'all, it was good. And I know since we're going to dinner so late tonight, they probably gonna run out of steak and potatoes. I might have to call up there and put my order in. Tell Summer, can you save me a steak and potato? Because I don't want no fish. Okay, there's that. All right, let's try to put this back in this. It's a little hole. Can y'all believe the summer's almost over? My daughter was talking about my granddaughter going to school. I was like, wait a minute, when school start? School already? It's like, goodness, already. Going on a walk with my son and sister. All right. See you later, I'll tell everybody I say hello and y'all enjoy your walk. About 4 feet long and estimated age is that time is 3. And in 15 years, so about 18 average lifespan. Oh, yeah. Okay, so he had done his own thing. I didn't know. See, learning about that. That. Did you look at that? Did you see that piece just pop out there? That's how I want peace and joy to pop out in my life. Look at that. God, you got a hair still, mom. Look at that. Mm, 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 mm. I love it. I love it. Look at that. Karen, before I left for vacation, I found my daughter's a rich Jack set. Oh my God, still in a little case. Oh, kids don't know how to play jacks no more. They bet you they don't even play marbles anymore. Oh, Blake is back. Yeah, hold on. Let me let Blake in. But look at that. Job, job, buddy. So, buddy, that's a good, yeah, that's a good puppy. All right. He done went and did his business and came back. Good puppy. All right. This is what happens when you trust the process in life. You don't know what it's going to look like. It looked like a hot mess. You wanted to wear the beautiful dress, but you couldn't. It had a hole in it, or it got damaged, or whatever. But when you take another piece of fabric and kind of layer it, you could turn it into something beautiful. This is real life. Trust in the process with this card. Like we put down the watercolor, put down the gesso, we did all the things. I sprayed it, just made it into a blob. This is trusting the process. I like the way it came out. Now, I want to thank Paula Kay for asking the questions because y'all know me. I like to know things if I can do something or don't do it, and all they got to do. And then Cookie said, I need to make sure you understand what Paula Kay was saying. See? So I hope y'all understand. Most of y'all in the chat do it. Y'all do making cards and all the things. I want to always add watercolor to whatever I'm doing. So this right here is ready to eat and be put in the mail, sent to somebody because it has my flowers. This is all mine. It's my flowers and my words. That's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. I want to say you can make a customized birthday card line with your calligraphy inside. That would make me happy, Monique, and you already know that. But what would make me happy is people buying my stamps and doing it themselves. I get joy out of just creating it. So, and the other thing, because while I was doing that, remember we got this one that's still over here. And where's my other stamp? Got this one. So I'm gonna pull this up because I want the words. This one's gonna have words on it. Wait a minute. It might not pull up because it's been down so long. Okay, it did. But it kind of doesn't matter. Let's leave it down for texture's sakes. Texture's sake. All right, let's put this one. Let's keep the pink. Pink has been good. Thank you guys. Thank you. It takes a team. Sometimes when you know how to do a thing, this is what I'm telling y'all when I say people say, oh, well, no, you don't do it that way. Do it this way or do it this way. And then this is me over here. Okay, well, let me see about what if I do this or what if I do that, right? Do something different. Do something different. What Monique is talking about would mean I'd have to sit down and be the creator all the time. I want to inspire y'all to create. So I want Monique to do it. Julie Parker! What's up, Julie Parker? Only because it's texture on here. May not break my glass. Child, would you look at that? Now, because we did the other thing, we're going to take the clear. This is going back in the clear. And when you put the clear down, it's going to keep the ink color. Because you noticed before when I will put embossing down, I use it takes away whatever color because I usually like I don't care. It's the embossing color. So this what Paula K was saying is like, do it backwards the other way, which would be clear first, but I always end up putting some color in there somewhere, which is why Paula K makes some of them some amazing cards. I bet doing it the way you saying, Paula K, would be good with that what you call it, that ink. Simon Hurley. We'll talk about it Sunday. I'll be ready Sunday. We'll walk it out Sunday. Is that good? Is that it? But my whole point in these cards, doing cards with my watercolor, was to basically tell y'all, like in the beginning with Gina K, I stopped making cards because my cards didn't look like Gina K. That was the whole point. And if I wouldn't have went into Bitty Penny's live or hung out with Bill and Tracy and went over with Benny Penny and seen Libby, Happy Place Crafter, I wouldn't be here creating cards. I'd be still telling you, I'm not a card maker. But now, because my cards are unique to what I do, they are even more better. So they wasn't supposed to be Gina K cards. They were supposed to be Karen McCall cards. And so when people go to talking about they want to do this like me or do that like me, I'm usually trying to tell them I'm growing into what I've been through, right? So my piece, I'm usually trying to hone in on my piece, and it's not about the process, if that makes sense. Like the physio yesterday, movements are improved today so far. Okay, I've got to go back. I can get to the ground. About 2 years ago, tried to teach my granddaughter to play jacks on the dining room table. She got the gist, but better on the floor. Yeah, definitely better on the floor. Okay, so now this is resist. So what we're going to do now, it's not going to make the hill of beans. Definitely wouldn't or try to eat. But I love that pink. I got hold on. That archival pink I like, but I really, really love the Versaclair ink. But Versaclair gives you a lot of time. Oh, my disc is full of it. Okay, let's pull that up because we want to keep that. Oh, look at this. This was on my desk. I'm gonna put that together. Oh, I like that. Yeah, maybe put that there. No, and put that there. I don't know. Well, it was just there. I thought that would be cute. Okay, so now what Paula K was talking about earlier is having the resist, doing it backwards, which would have been clear. So just think if I hadn't put this down or this. This is the thing. So this is the one. This is where I was. See, I went on a whole squirrel. Squirrel. Sorry, I'm back. Back. Um, but it was yellow. The embossing powder was yellow. And so she was talking about, so you can use any, but she was saying if it was clear, this is what it would have been. Like I stamped that with pink. So because this is clear embossing, the pink showed. This one I stamped in black, but I put yellow embossing, so it's yellow. Now, this is the part that I like as a watercolorist that does watercoloring and make my cards now. This is what we can do. Now we got that yellow on there. Ugh, got a powder everywhere, which means I'm having fun. What time is it? Because I gotta make sure get over here and get the dog squared away. See, you do not have to worry about what you're gonna do. And remember when Bernadette came, before Bernadette came, I kind of did this with my flowers. I mean, I did a page of my flowers for her to color in. This is some pencil work. Like when y'all that like that pencil work over there, that P is doing, this is a good way you can take our stamps and stamp them out, and then you can go in and do the pencil work. I just like slapping that paint on that paper. So this is what Paula was talking about, resist. Now I'm going to get that. Now because it's green, we need some green because it's a flower, right? I'm just gonna go on and pop it in. Flower needs green. Boop, 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 boop. And we're not gonna even worry about it. You don't have to worry about it, right? Because it just bounces off. Bounce, baby, bounce. There we go. That'll be real bold. Boom. Put that right there. Boop, 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 boop. It's like it's growing up out. Love it. Love. You're heading home? Okie dokie. Look at that. There you go. So you slap paint on paper. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out how to draw my flowers. Go get you some stamps. You go to PMR Studio, grab these stamps. These stamps were designed from my watercolor flowers. These are my flowers. These are mine. I designed them. Meaning I painted them. There's a whole painting over there that I did. And so you don't have to worry about it. We go to make card. I can't. Okay. Bitty Penny just chimed in. So tomorrow, for sure, it is definitely set. Where's that go? Where's that? Okay, where's that? Where's that? Right there. Boom, boom. That's what we want. But we're not done. You might be like, what else you gonna do? You take this card right here. This card can be, I mean, it's already a card. We can do whatever, right? You can take it. There's no need for a sentiment right here, right? Because it tells you, may the grace help you walk through every bright day of your life. Keep the joy flowing no matter what happens. You are worthy of it all. Love you first so you can have peace always, right? That's what I wanted. So as I was making these manifestos or these declarations for myself, I was just like, wait a minute, we can do that. And Mariah's like, yep, we can turn it into a stamp. Okay, cool, let's do it. So get you some of that too. And then you can create your own cards. And then the other thing is, let's put that there and let that dry. That is so pretty. Remember I told you I had this one first. So we can go back and you kind of take some of that, put it there, put that there, put some words, I don't cover up the flower. This is actually a prototype of trying to design a stencil over here, which is a new territory for me. But this is kind of the protocol. I mean the prototype. So that's doing good. But you see how you go in? You don't have to put the whole stamp down. So you don't have to stamp it out like that. Hey, Messy Palette. Di, how are you? You don't have to put the whole stamp down. You can still just kind of go and stamp it somewhere just a little bit. Put a little bit right there. Put a little bit right there. You can do all things. Now that's that. This was from the card we did. I can turn this into a card, literally. But that is beautiful. That's watercolor gesso base, then watercolor slapped on top. Then I did this with the gesso. Did I say yeah, gesso on the base, then watercolor, then I designed, then all the things on top. Time to check on the cows, my kind of living. See you later, Brenda. Now this one, I was thinking, see, here's the flowers. These are the flowers. It's flowers. It's a flower. And that one. That's how it was designed, pretty much. That's pretty much what it is, right? So you create something and then you sit back and you look at it. You look at what you thought was a mess. And then you like, oh, I can't draw, but you stamped my flowers. It's just like, oh, look at that. And y'all know You can cut this out. You don't have to just leave it in. You can cut them out. You can make your own. You can do so much with these flowers. And then you got the words. Grace, love, peace, joy in two sizes. Just my handwriting. As you can see, it's all over the desk. That's my joy, my love, all that's on the desk. Need to change it. I do it every week. I'm going to take these bases that I have, and I put them in my journal. So don't worry, don't stress. Now, because this turned out so good, look how shimmery that is. Look at that. All that shimmer. Okay, hold on. I got something else it's going to ask me to do because I want the edges of this one to be. We're going to round them. Let's round it a little bit. Just put it in there. Just boop, boop. Get on in there. Get in there. Did you get in there? Yes. Boop, boop. There's a card. Now, we're not done with what we thought was ugly. We thought this was just ugly. Not done with it. Feel like I need to put my brick on it though. Because it's it's a little. All right, where is the things we did before? There's this one. We could take this and put it across there. Right in between there. It would be great if that lined up, but it won't. But we could line it up right there. And then cut this side off. I don't think I like it as much as I thought I was going to. Kind of wanted something to go across there. Kind of put something right there to give it some dimension. No, I think I'm gonna leave it alone because I think it's beautiful just the way it is. I do. I really, really, really do. I really like this card. I don't think you might not get this one in the mail. I think I might hold on to this one so it can remind me to trust the process because that's what this reminded me. To trust the process. If we started out with the blob, it was a whole ugly mess. It's a whole ugly mess. Now remember I've had this one. See how that is dried? And the other thing, if we spray it again, wait right on back up. So they don't stay asleep long. All right, we can go back. Where's the other one? Our desk is full of pretty stuff. So let's take this one. Let's do yellow. Yellow has just been the color. Let's not do yellow. Maybe blue. We can have blue flowers. Just gonna pop it in there. This might wake up because remember this is oxide. It might. But remember, don't worry about it. You already stamped it. If it doesn't turn out, trust the process. You can always go back in and stamp over it. So don't worry about it. Just kind of give you a little foundation. Blake, I am not playing with you no more. He wants to play. He's just like, you've been on that live long enough, lady. Get off and come and play with me. Like, it's not Wednesday. It's not Monday. What is going on? That's kind of how he rolling his eyes. Just like, chill out, buddy. Okay. So once again, we're trusting the process. Just kind of slapping the paint on the paper. Not worrying about it. Now we're going to let it dry. Don't let it dry. Because at the end of the day, all else fails, if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, right? I just slapped the paint down there. You let it dry, right? Then you come back and you can stamp it again, but you've already put the water in there. So when you come back and stamp it again, you already have the colors down. So it's already down. So trust the process. Or you can just trust it to do something like this. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? So this can turn into this. Trust the process. Trust the process. I'm just saying. Slapping paint on paper for the fun, for joy. The motivation, that kind of motivation will be reflected in your everyday life because you'll create something that makes you happy. Trust the process. So this dries. Remember what we did to that? We embossed it. That's how we got down to the question that Paula K asked. And that's how we got there. Trust the process. You don't like it? Okay. Now you can build on top of this if you don't like it. The green, whatever. It's now at a place in your life that you can do whatever, right? Here's the another one. Stamped it. I didn't go in, but if I want to go inside, I can go inside and color it. Remember the pencil work? If you've been over at PM Artist Studio, Patricia's been using pencils. This might be one of the things you want to just use pencil work on. Do all of the little, you might want to. I don't want to. Or if I want to go travel and I want to still create, this could be something that I would maybe save and do it. I don't know. This one might be something that'd be good to use pencil work because that has a lot of white space and we can do pencil work and flowers on there. So stamp it out. Where's the other one? Did that one. All of these could be done with pencil work. I was just gonna slap some paint on it, which is because over here we slap paint on paper. Let's kind of go in. Let's see what this green does. Thank you, Julie Parker. So we go, and we're just gonna kind of just slap paint on paper. We're not here to do all. That's what I'm here to do. Slap paint on paper. Let's get some of that. Put that right there, and get some of that yellow. Come over there. And yes, I'm contaminating my watercolors. It doesn't matter. It makes me happy to see them all mixed up. That means that's more joy. Joy, 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 joy. Something like that. Down in my heart. Down in my heart. Got that joy, 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 joy. Down in my heart. Something like that. Then I don't like that. And come over here. And this is Darcy's stamp. So that worked out good. Oh yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but Sunday, it's gonna be a great weekend in the crafting world. Sunday, after PM Artist Studio, Casey, y'all know Casey usually comes in the chat under plagiarist. Him, and Carrie, and Darcy, and Cheryl, I think it is, are going to be on Casey's channel on Sunday. So you can go from PM Artist Studio to Casey's channel, and then they'll probably be on for 2-3 hours, and then I come on Sunday. I think Sunday's at 3. I think Sunday I'm at 3. Casey comes on at 12:30, 12 or 12:30. But look at that. It doesn't have to be perfecto. But what I can tell you about this right here is once it dries, say you don't like it. You don't like it. I don't like the way that turned out. Okay, no problem. No problem. Y'all know me. I'll pull out some gesso in a minute. Do we have any more gesso left? No. Our gesso is dried up. So let me get a little bit. You say you don't like it? Okay. No worries. Don't let it bother you. Get you a little bit of gesso. And I'm going to get a little bit because I'm not putting a whole bunch in there. Get a little bit. All right, here we go. You don't like it? Cover it up. Start over. Cover it up. Just cover it up. Now, if you really don't like it, and you really want to start over, put some gesso down and put some black with the gesso, and it'll be gone. Because this right here, this gesso right here, it's going to kind of come through. Life isn't always great and wonderful. Sometimes you have to trust some processes. You just don't know what it's going to look like. I just want you to trust the process. Now you have a clean slate. What happened to you yesterday? What happened to you last year? What happened in your life before? It doesn't go away. There's always going to be residue. You fall, you scrape your knee. Yes, it heals. It goes away. You go through the scabbing phase. It heals. Sometimes it leaves a mark. There's going to be a mark to remind you of whatever it is you did. So hence with this one, yes, I've just put gesso all across it to start over with something new, but I can't erase my past. It's always going to be there. But it doesn't define whatever artwork I put on top of here. It's not going to define what I do next. It's only going to embellish it and make it look better. You genuinely can improve your life, but you just have to be motivated to build something new, layer by layer by layer, by trusting the process. Now I'm gonna hit this with the heating tool. So I want it to go in the dry. Y'all know the heating tool only comes out for embossing. But hit that. Because we learned something new today. Never thought about that. Probably because my papers are bigger enough and I never get that close to my finger. Thank you, Carly K. Look at that. Actually, it's coming through quite beautifully. We just want it a little dry, not a lot. No, we ain't got to worry about it. That's enough to do what I want to do. Because you can do what you want to do. That's beautiful. All right. Now let's get our watercolor brush. That's what we do when we trust the process, guys. We trust the process. Let's go in with that red. Very, very bold red. And these are my Blick watercolors. So I think these are in the description box below. Blick is discontinuing their brand. So now's a good time to get them at a good price. That's if you like tubes. If you don't like tubes, then don't worry about it. Because I love tubes. Like I like pouring it in the pan and watching it, it cures in the pan and how long it takes. Again, I guess I like process. Process. Look at there. Would you just look at that? Beautiful. It's not fighting back. Why? Because we put that gesso on there and gesso is kind of protecting it. I like that purple, the way that purple kind of pops up right there. We don't want to cover it up too much. Let's kind of leave that purple so it can shine through. Because there are parts of your past that looks very good. You want them to kind of pop out, make you look good. Because you went through that. Don't want to forget things that made you look good. The shoe heel broke, but they made you look good while they were there. Cut that one, make that one come together. Boop, boop. Look at that. Would you just look at that? Don't tell me. Life is going to serve. It's going to serve. Excuse me. I want my good green. So I feel I'm going to have to do some of that, and come back over here. And maybe that one. There it is. Yes, I'm contaminating my watercolors. That makes it fun. Come down here. It's like a pukey. And I'm not making it perfect because the example in itself is just to trust the process. It'll be better one day. It'll look better one day. We'll be friends one day. It won't hurt like this one day. Trust the process. Trust me, I did. I don't cry every day. I don't cry every month. Sometimes I don't cry at all. Sometimes I just get so mad I don't even have the tears to cry. It's because I trust the process. There's no need to cry. Say what you have to say, stand on what you have to say, move on, go on about your business. Boom. Look at that. Oh, I love it. There we are. Now it's a newfound work of art. Three roses surrounded in beautiful greenery. And did the back, what's under there, did it go away completely? No, it did not. It's still there. You can still see it. You can still see it, huh? Still parts right there. Still right there. That turned out very much so beautiful. I love it. I think that's a good place for me to say, I have enjoyed y'all hanging out. I want y'all to trust the process. For real, for real. Today, I mean, it kind of went away that I just didn't know. We just had to trust the process. I just knew that we were going to create something beautiful. I knew that we was going to slap some paint on some paper. Knew that I was going to have fun. When you trust the process, where's our other ones? That one, let's make this desk look, because we did some good stuff today. Today we did some good stuff. Make my heart happy. Look at that. Boom. Cards, watercolor cards. I don't have enough room on the desk for all the things. I'm just pile them up. Look at that. It's dried. Look how that has turned out. All that texture in there. Beautiful. That one started all this loveliness out. Then we had that one. Then we had, that's the first one I did. That was my what do you call it? My whatever you call it. And we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. Did that one. We did that. See this one? We can put this, make a card. Pop that right there. Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. Why? Because you have to trust the process. When you trust the process, you won't have to worry about things just ending up being just, oh, so blah. Trusting the process, especially when you're healing, that makes things great, right? For me, anyway. I like that. That's a good one. Let's put that right there. Always be on the lookout for the presence of wonder. Trust the process no matter what has happened in your life. Believe in yourself and know that you have not gone through anything that is so terrible that when you wake up in the morning, you do not know what you're going to do. You're going to ask yourself a question, and the question might come in the form of, like, God, what am I going to do today? Right? And then you're just going to kind of lean into it. Because remember, we have to ask ourselves questions when you're trying to motivate yourself after the season of loss. And remember, loss is anything that makes your heart hurt, anything that you've gone through, right? So as we wrap up today, I want you to remember this. Your life isn't happening somewhere in the future. It's happening right now. That's why this week it was very important for me to just walk out this live. Yesterday, the day before, we was navigating. I was navigating. But this morning, today, during this conversation, these moments, this art, these have been the building blocks of what life looks like when you trust the process. So I want you to be kind to yourself. I want you to tell yourself you're good, you're great, you're wonderful. Give yourself some peace. Walk in faith. Always choose joy. Because when you're intentional with your choices, greatness comes out of you. You can even take the messiest of your art and turn it into something beautiful. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys, for everybody that show up tomorrow with me and Bitty Penny in the morning. It will be 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Yes, I'm going to have my coffee pot in the studio. I'm excited because we're going to make a lot of cards. I mean, a lot of watercolor. And we're going to turn them into cards. I think this is what we're going to do. All right. Until next time, guys, y'all keep showing up and keep trusting God and keep celebrating little moments in life and keep choosing joy. Always choose your joy. Keep creating a life that's pleasing to you and show up intentionally. See you later.